We are live, episode 38 of GhettoRig. Welcome back, guys. A little bit different setup today, as you guys can see. Miggy's out on some business today. He's got some stuff he's taken care of. We got Alex in today from out of state. Welcome back, Alex. And
We
yeah, that's about
decided
it.
to do a team meeting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you guys get to participate on our team meeting today.
Yeah, a little more up and close and personal right now. I like it. I like this.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier. Eddie was having a drink, and he's like, "Man, I gotta stir it up," because he got the good on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So when I used to bartend, a lot of people would come in, and they're trying to get drunk by paying one price for a drink, but they're trying to get drunk, right? So they would order always like rum runners or something like that. And rum runner is basically like a frozen garbage can, right? Like it's a bunch of liquors, it's sweet. And then on top, what you do, you float it with 151, right? And 151 is pretty strong liquor, right? And they would always come in and say, well, it's not strong. Well, no shit, motherfucker. It's supposed to taste normal, not strong, right? Like, but it's supposed to knock you on your ass. So what I would do, I would pour the rum, like the 151 on top, float it on top, and then put a little bit in down the straw. So every time they would just take that first sip, they're like, "Oh damn, you make some of the strongest rum runners I've ever had." I'm like, "Yeah, just for you, buddy, just for you."
Right. But it's really just that shit hitting them in the face.
Yeah, the first sip.
Exactly right. And then
Every sip after that is like water.
pretty much, cause like once people have one or two drinks in them, you can give them like the quarter of the actual dose of liquor, and they won't know the difference. As long as there's a little bit of taste, they won't know the difference because they're already buzzed and whatever. But I used to not do that, but
Yeah.
some bartenders did that. But yeah, so that was it. All right, so I got a couple of pieces of news today. So apparently, we have a solution to the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know if it's a solution or not. So this guy from Australia, right, a scientist from Australia, basically said that he figured out the solution to the Bermuda Triangle, and he's saying it's not like fucking water vortices or some other bullshit, but he's saying it's more natural causes. Like there are a couple of disappearances of a plane and a boat and this and that, and they're basically saying like during that time they had rough seas, and this was the reason why he disappeared. Probably sunk, and nobody could find it. Same thing with the plane; he probably sunk because of the bad weather, or whatever. Blah blah blah. And they're attributing it to high traffic in that area from United States. So apparently we fly over fucking Bermuda Triangle on a daily basis, but we never get like lost. So that's what.
So it's just statistics. Like we
Yeah.
just put so many boats and planes through
that
that
area.
area,
Yeah.
and the ocean's so deep that we're just like, oh, it's some mystical place, but it's more just like a numbers game.
Mm-hmm. Now on that note, what do you guys think about aliens? Oh, by the way, before we go into it, so one thing I wanted to do is I'm repping today my boy Brian's cryo business.
Goddamn, you already fucked it. We're never gonna get sponsors. You can't even get the free ones, right?
Listen, you can pay less for me to say it. Eddie will say it the right way. I'll be the stuttering joker on
No,
the
I'll
pod,
just
right?
be there.
So, Brian's Trident Cryo, super cool guy. Guys, if you see it, you can go on Trident Cryo on Insta or Loud Jitsu on Brian and just hit a like and subscribe and whatever to his thing.
If I'm not
Super-
mistaken, Bob the Builder's Justin. What's up, Justin? How you doing?
Yeah, so super nice guy. When we were up in California a week ago or so, man, took us in.
We had him on. Remember we talked with him
Yeah,
for like
yeah,
20
we had
minutes.
him on. Super nice guy.
The
He's
first
a-
couple episodes we went live. He was on. The day we did the first episode at
At Vitality.
Vitality.
Yeah, super nice guy. Took us to dinners. Showed us some good time in San Diego. Super cool guy. Thanks again, Brian, for doing that. If you do see this, thank you very much for being there for us. And he threw us like, "Hey, you want one of my shirts?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I want one of your shirts. I'm gonna wear it on a podcast, bro." So there you go, guys. Trident Cryo. And shout out to Vitality, Ozzy, Orele Carnal. Ozzy was one of the first people to get Trident Cryo chambers into his place. Amazing machines. I've been in one. Eddie's been in one.
It's a different kind of experience.
yeah,
How
super-
cold that shit is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And like throughout my life, I worked in restaurants. Like I had to go to the freezer and like load kegs and
Well,
shit like
I
that.
also thought you guys walked in like negative 11-degree weather to your bus stops as kids.
We
no?
did
Yeah.
do that, but with coats and fucking hats and mittens and shit like that.
Yeah,
know
you
what I
guys
mean?
were prepared.
But yeah, but you know, like when I did work in restaurants, we would need to walk. That's what we called it, a walk-in, right? Like we would walk in. That's where they would keep the food and
Put
they
it in
keep
front
the,
of you. Right here.
yeah, they would keep the food and keep the beer and stuff like that. And as a bartender, you had to unload the kegs and load them back up and tap them in. And a lot of times you had to clean up the cooler because you would get a lot of empty kegs that you would need to pull up front. So the guy comes in, grabs the empty ones, brings out new kegs and whatever.
So I agree with Justin. You know, I think that's Justin. Statistically, like, and scientifically speaking, like, it's kind of stupid and ignorant to think we're the only ones. In the
Yeah,
whole
no,
universe.
it's absolutely selfish to think that we're the only intelligent being out there, right?
Or only just living
being in
like,
general. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it would be crazy to think that, right? Like, because the universe is so vast. To this day, we're still photographing universe. We can't find the end of it,
No.
right?
and I'm not sure. I'll look it up real quick. Something about like they recently found that, like, not proved, but evidence pointing towards that the universe is infinitely expanding.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, universe is infinitely expanding and things like
I
that.
just look it up on my phone.
So I think aliens exist. Now, I do think that there are more primitive types of aliens. Now, I don't know what their composition is. Like, we're carbon-based live beings, right? I don't know what their stuff is, but could be silica-based. I don't know. It could be another carbon-based. I don't know. But the point is that there are some, I think, that are advanced. There are some a little bit more advanced, and there's some that are really advanced, right? And then bottom line, if you think about it, is what's the one source of energy that we know of as of right now that you can use, and that's sun, right? Like, that's the biggest source of energy. And if they're super freaking intelligent, right, and if, let's say, physics laws, they have another Einstein, like 10 times smarter one, that figured out, the travel and whatnot. We know, like, according to Einstein, you can't travel at its speed of light, right? Like, it's impossible, right? Because what happens, that gamma starts approaching to an infinity on a formula, and then it basically, a lot of people will say mass, but it's not really mass, right? So once it starts approaching infinity,
And if you were to reach the speed of light, to be going that fast, the whole, like, the relativity of time to one would drastically change things.
Mhm.
So, for example, if you were to actually go the speed of light, I'm not sure exactly what the transformation is, but it would be something crazy. Like, for example, so around the Earth, right? Einstein discovered this as well, right? If you go at the distance at which the moon orbits us, right?
Yep.
Take that distance and go around the Earth for 10 years at the speed of light. It'll be something like double that or something like that over time, because time is relative to all of us. And when you start going faster through the space and time, it becomes different because it's just relative to your your atoms, right? So all the cells, like that. We listened to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about that one day. How
wait, we can't hear Alex. I can't hear Alex.
Alex, can you test real quick?
Test 1 2. Can you
Now
hear
I can hear you. Yeah,
There we go.
perfect.
Okay, perfect. The real question is, do they have inner or extra, like, are they able to travel outside of galaxies yet? Like, have we experienced aliens on our planet?
Well, see, this is what I'm trying to say. For them to travel that,
That's an interesting
that,
question.
that wormhole theory sounds more and more plausible, right? So if they figure out a way to wormhole travel, now if they're so intelligent they can wormhole travel,
What is this? Wormhole theory?
yeah. So basically in the galaxy, they're saying that there are these holes that once you enter into this hole, you exit out of the other end of the hole, which
Can be a
skips.
whole
It's
different.
basically, because it's all circular, it skips you going around. Like you just take a direct route, right?
Okay.
So if that
So you just
theory is
told me
correct, and if
teleportation?
they can travel within a wormhole, I'm sure they have cloaking technology that we cannot detect them. Do you see what I'm saying? So if they're going to come in, because there's that butterfly effect, right? Like, nobody wants to mess with the butterfly effect, right? Like, and they're probably going to come in and observe and just kind of leave, right? So, because you got to think about it, they're super intelligent, right? So they're not gonna come in to destroy you. And if they were to come in to destroy with malicious intent, that would have been done already. You know what I mean? So I think they have been around. They visited. Just we don't know about them. And the second thing is like, why would another planet or another beings try to occupy Earth, for that matter of energy, right? And what's the biggest source of energy we got? The sun, right? So if they're smart enough, they probably have their own source of energy. They probably have these miniature suns within their ships that generate the energy and things like that, right? So
Yeah, we have this theoretical device called the Dyson sphere, right? And that's the
Yes.
only thing that we can think of, to be able to harness the power of a star. But
Yeah.
like even that was theoretical because we would have to somehow build a base on the closest planet to a sun, and then ship out like these satellite-looking probes that surround the sun to harness the energy to try
Thank you.
to bring it back so that we can start sending more and more machinery out to build this big metal
Yep.
sphere around it. And then that's unlimited energy. That's like the goal, but will we ever achieve it?
now the other one is the antimatter, right? Because when
Yeah.
it comes to contact with matter, it creates like a mini sun, like it creates a mini bang. The problem with antimatter is you need vacuum to create antimatter, and the minute it comes with contact with matter, is a bang. So like, how do you
Create that scenario.
create
yeah,
this vacuum? Because if you create a vacuum, God forbid, there's a little tiny crack. That ship is going up in the air, and now you have a nuclear weapon the size of a fucking sun, right? So
I think when we talk about aliens, it always sort of points me in the direction of the conversation of the pyramids too,
yeah,
because now they're saying the whole thing of like civilization that was maybe more advanced, but how was this civilization advanced back in the day, and where's all this technology that they were supposed to be
coming
using?
from?
Yeah,
well, there's bunch of
maybe it left with the aliens.
Yeah, Art was talking about the pyramids the other day. I guess he watched a special where the guy was kind of telling, they kind of figured out how they did it. I watched another special on that. These French scientists said that they used limestone and fucking water and this and that
Yeah.
to create molds. You know what I mean? And that's how they
And
came
then
out
they
to be
kind
so
of knocked
perfect.
it all together.
Yeah.
And they kind of just slid off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's theories on that. Now, like as I said, man, like if there's an intelligent being, you know what I mean, they don't give a shit. Like they don't care. Like we have nothing to offer them. You know.
We also
bottom
got a
line.
bunch of space trash up there, so why would they really want to fly through our space,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. We do have a whole lot of space trash. We're talking about space trash. So apparently, the reason, because these satellites that we send out, like three of us can send out a satellite today to the orbit.
What do you mean by that?
It's not expensive.
I mean, we need money.
Yeah, we need money, but we can send out a satellite. Like a satellite could be the size of a shoebox. We can send that satellite out, and it'll float around there for 2 to 3 years, and then finally come crashing down once it hits the atmosphere. It basically, like, fucking evaporates, right? We can send a satellite out like that. Like, the satellites that they do send out are like, the size of a school bus. Like those do the Wi-Fi and all that
Yeah.
global positioning and stuff like that. And all these satellites that we have in orbit
is it?
right now, they constantly are replenished and replaced, right? Like a lot of people are thinking, well, why did the United States government contract Elon Musk to get his rocket company up and running, right? Like because of that, because we're sending fucking satellites up there. You know what I mean? They could give a shit if somebody else
He
gonna
also,
go to the
I'm sure,
moon.
I'm sure. What is it called? Justin and Calvin have it. Something. What is their internet called?
Starlink.
Starlink, right? I'm sure part of that contract was the whole Starlink thing. You know,
Yeah.
providing satellite internet anywhere.
Well, yeah, because
So
when
that's really important, I'm sure, for the military. Which I'm sure that's why civilians
Wait,
get shit speeds.
here's a good one, bro. So when the war with Ukraine and Russia started, Elon said, "I'm gonna give Starlink to Ukraine," and he
Yeah.
did. But then he said, "All right, you can use Starlink, but you cannot use it for military purposes."
Yeah.
And Ukraine apparently got sour with them. And they said, well, what do you mean you can't use it for military purposes? We want to use it for military. He's like, nah, man, I'm not trying to prop this war.
Yeah.
And then he came back and agreed with a lot of things. Apparently, he said, like, hey, there should be ceasefire. ceasefire, and he agreed a lot with whatever Putin's demands were. So Ukraine got even more sour with them. And now recently, I don't know if you saw the news. Apparently, there was a drone that hit the Kremlin, and Putin is saying that that was a assassination attempt on him by Ukrainians with a drone. Right? So then Elon came out and said, it's highly unlikely, taking Ukrainian side again, highly unlikely. It's possible, but it's highly unlikely. It's most likely like
I'm gonna have to agree
smoke.
with my dad on this one. What is Elon doing talking about what he thinks is likely on a freaking Ukrainian Russia? Like my dad the other day when I asked him what is he like about, we were talking about Elon. I didn't think I just asked him about it. It just came up, and he was like, "Man, like I liked Elon 2 years ago when he wasn't giving his opinion on things he has no idea what he's talking about."
Well, so here's the deal. I mean, is he an expert? I wouldn't
No.
say he's an expert.
Is he a trust fund kid that was inherited a lot of money from a emerald mine? Yes.
Yeah, but then again, that's fine. But there are a lot of trust fund kids that inherit this money. You got to be a little bit intelligent to get all this shit going, right? So is he
I
intelligent?
mean, he's done nothing but lost money since then, but okay.
But is he intelligent enough to? I mean, he did create 3 fucking huge companies, right? And he just bought another one.
Bought them when they were about to. He's a good investment man. I will agree with that. And when he wasn't fully in the public eye and he was this mysterious, like, possible genius, people loved him. But now that he's out and about and people are starting to realize that he's just a trust fund kid and he's not really inventing anything, he's not really innovating anything, Twitter fucked him. Like, Twitter just let everything out about
Well, the
Musk.
latest thing about Twitter is actually positive right now. Twitter's earning money right now.
Is it? Twitter
Yeah.
does nothing but bleed money. It's done nothing but bleed money since the whole
In the beginning,
like social media boom. Like,
in the beginning when he bought Twitter, yes, it was bleeding money, but now Twitter is becoming more profitable for him. That's the latest I
think
read
that
about it.
might be lies because he tries to say that people bought blue checks when they never bought blue checks. I think he's just trying to do a good trying to mitigate.
Twitter went down 12% in total revenue from 2021 to 2022.
Yes, but now they're saying that it's starting to climb back up again.
We'll see the report at the end of the year.
That's it.
I mean, we'll see. And it could be ad revenue because like I still have Twitter and I'm getting like ads and tweets from people I've never even followed.
Yeah.
Like, so it could be. I don't know.
So here's the thing with so everyone knows who Thomas Edison is, right?
Yeah.
So Edison
Stole a bunch of shit.
Yes,
Yes.
from Tesla, right? However, still in a history books is one of the inventors, right? Like he was
Whitewashing.
You see the fucker
Yeah.
with the light bulb? It's him.
Yeah, so if you think about it, even if, let's say, Elon is Edison, right? And he just hires the right people to do the job for him. Like, you got to be intelligent enough to ascertain, like, who's smart and who's not smart and whose shit you can take and whose shit you cannot take. The reason Edison was able to take Tesla's shit away from him was because Tesla was like, I'm not going to get into politics. I'm just going to be pure and do my job and this and that. And that's how Edison was able to steal shit from him. And then after he separated from Edison, went to work for someone else, they stole his shit too. You know what I mean? So all that. So even if, let's say, Elon is Edison, right? Like equals Edison, he's still a very good businessman, and he's sort of intelligent, more intelligent than an average person. So when he does come out and say some things, I take it with grain of salt. But then I was like, all right, let me just look into it a little more and see whether this holds water or not.
What does he do with making a flamethrower I can buy?
Huh? Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing making that?
That's what fuck you money is.
Yeah, that's
You
fucking
know?
money for real.
What else did he make with the Boring Company? He made something else. The Boring Company's got a bunch of shit.
Yeah, Boring Company's got a bunch of shit. They're now gonna start drilling a 65-mile tunnel under LA, I think.
Yeah.
Under LA, so that's gonna be cool to see, you know.
I mean, I like the concept, right? Because it's to eliminate traffic, but also it's a one-way tunnel that's very hard to get paramedics or anything in. And like, I used to live up near the Cumberland Gap, and there's that huge tunnel through the mountain there. And like every 5 seconds, you're stopping because some explosive stuff's got to run through there. or like, they're doing maintenance on the tunnel. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a good
That's a
concept, but I
good
feel
point. I
like
never thought
public
of that.
transportation would be
Yeah,
better.
I think my understanding was that he's gonna let only Teslas that have the autopilot go through there. I think that's what the tunnel is for, just specifically for Teslas with autopilot.
Which is smart because, you don't want human error up in there.
Exactly.
They could also implement something like like if it's a tunnel that's like so fucking long, they're gonna have to implement probably like where there's probably people on standby in there. Like,
Well, not only that, these cars are gonna. My understanding is they're gonna zoom at max speed. Like I think 150 miles per hour. That's how fast these cars gonna go.
and even if it's controlled by a computer, when a tire pops, like that car's going out of control. You know what I mean? If anything happens, or a swing arm breaks, or whatever, something. And I feel like they're probably gonna have if it's a long enough tunnel. I don't know what that standard's gonna be, but they're gonna have people there on standby if some shit goes down.
Yeah, and he does have fuck you money to do shit that's not necessarily ethical at times, but by him doing that, he does come up with how to make it more ethical. You know what I mean? Because like no fucking invention, unless it was a fucking accident, didn't come out like somebody done something fucking crooked along the line to get that invention on the way. Like what's the greatest invention that we had in the past 70 years? Antibiotics, penicillin. That shit grew out of like. He left it on a petri dish, came back after a week. He saw that the mold is growing and he killed all the bacteria. Great, let's make a medicine. You know what I mean? Or what's not Cialis? What's the other one? Viagra. That was blood pressure medicine, bro. Yeah. They're like, oh wait,
makes you
I can be hard for 5 hours. Let's pop them. You know what I mean?
Microwave. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to make, but the microwave was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident. The best inventions were accidents. All the other ones were just like, somebody did some unethical shit on the side, you know what I mean? And then they're like, all right, let's make this mainstream. How do we make it more ethical? Blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
I mean, especially when it comes to medicine, a lot of other medicines were found to do other things. And then they were like, oh, well, I guess we'll just sell it as that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. But yeah, like the pharma is big, anyway, so. And then another one I saw today was government just authorized 140 billion, I think, for AI research. So they're gonna give this to 43 firms or something like that for AI research.
You know what them firms are gonna do? Put AI to learn about AI.
Yep, that's basically what they're gonna do, and and that's gonna be the end of that.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. The government's gonna try to do their best to get ahead of it before companies do.
Osivet, how you doing, brother?
May the force be with y'all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is May the 4th. Today is our Star Wars episode. We'll talk about Star Wars a little bit, but
yeah. Oh, before you go to Star Wars, did you guys see the new trailer for Dune? That shit looks good.
But I the first one was too much just story building.
And this one is gonna be same shit, bro. You think it's gonna be any different?
I'm the same way with Avatar. I am with Dune. Like it just bored the fuck out of me. I'm not with the masses that love it.
Dune, I had to sit down. I watched the first 30 minutes and then I turned it off. I went to sleep, and then I called like a week or 2 weeks later. I was like, all right, I have nothing to watch. Let me fucking throw it on and finish this goddamn movie. And it was a bunch of building, world building, right? And we were talking about this the other day. It was like they hyped Zendaya with it so hard, and then she was in the movie for like 2 minutes. And then
wait, what is Ozzy saying? Let me see.
Saying they're trying to solve the longevity problem.
Oh, you mean like long life problem?
Yeah, trying to make AI make people live forever.
Really? That's what their goal is?
Would you want to live forever?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, as a selfish thing, yeah, but we're all biased to that, right? But do we think it's a right thing? No. Okay,
let me put it in different scenarios. Would you want to live forever if you were just an AI program stuck in like a machine? You had no like.
I wonder. What are my
you could simulate everything that you wanted, live whatever life you wanted. It's all simulated.
At that point,
but you have no touch, no feel. You can't move. You're just all in a simulation.
No, I'd rather live in an actual simulation within a computer that I can touch, feel, and simulate all those
but then
things.
at that point, you would mimic everything. I mean, I don't know if you saw that in China.
Yeah, I'd be living with computers. I get that.
Yeah, they have this new AI.
Or we can live in an MMO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's all connected on one server, like all of our brains.
Be like Free Guy.
Sims.
Yeah, like I get
Free
that.
guy, yeah,
Maybe
Sims.
if they ever started telling everybody, hey, look, all right, you're gonna die. Your real life's gonna die. But when you die, you're automatically gonna have a transfer of your brain to this server, and then you'll live on forever in your dream life. I think people would just shoot themselves.
There'll be a lot of people that be like, "Oh, I am trans dead now."
I mean, you gotta then also worry about the people that are alive keeping that server up for you, because that server goes down and you're kaput unless you're backed
You
up.
already died once. So.
I mean,
Do you really think at that point they probably will have AI robots running and keeping that shit up? You know what I mean?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
So second scenario, you're in a robotic body.
Uh-huh.
You can touch, feel, all that, but you're not you. You're literally put into a robot.
Okay.
It's your conscious in a robot body.
Do I
Would
have
you
a
prefer that over the simulated world?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that appendage is replaceable if you want.
I knew we were all thinking that shit. Oh my god.
Listen. Right now, I know. So with this metaverse, so the metaverse just opened this up to the companies to create or I'm saying VR ads and shit like that.
We switched to guns. VR what?
VR ads and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So they did that, and they were selling a bunch of land in a metaverse, right? Now there's a company.
It won't go down.
There's a company right now that's creating sex dolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they're gonna mold this. This is already a huge fucking issue in the world, right? They're gonna mold this to the girl that you follow, and let's say on OnlyFans. Like you can buy.
You already can do that with like famous porn stars.
I mean, yeah, you can buy the
you can buy the
fleshlights.
fleshlights from like that's apparently molded
Out of there, yeah.
to certain porn stars.
But see, the thing with that is, this thing is in a VR is going to mimic apparently that feeling like you're there.
Yeah.
So we now already have a fucking pandemic.
I think that's
shit.
one of the crazy, funny parts is that industry is where we see like the most technology of like the VR being implicated and AI as well. Like because like you're saying, like the activity is now going along with you as well, like reacting and acting back to your actions and stuff. So or reacting to your actions.
So the AI thing I think is smart. I think when that will take off, because I know Microsoft and Apple and a couple other companies now have those quantum computers. I think once they implement quantum computers and when quantum computers become more of a mainstream, I think that's when AI is going to kick off. And it's going to kick off a lot. But the problem is going to be how are they going to fucking govern that shit, right?
Amazon
like, and I hope
Web's...
smarter people than me going to know how to do that.
Amazon Web
Yes,
server,
porn industry does move technology forward. It has and always will.
Yeah, I mean, what are the three things that sell in this world? Sex, guns, and drugs, right? Like,
unless you're in Utah, then you can't watch Pornhub.
What?
Oh no! What? How?
Yes.
So never go to
there's some age verification law that they're trying to push that's gonna make it more. I don't know the whole like legal things of it, but it basically the wording makes the places like Pornhub, OnlyFans, and stuff have to jump through a bunch more hoops to get you verified for that you can watch this content.
Bro, which I really agree with that. You know what I mean? I think this is terrible for like young men.
Ozzy gave quick solution VPN fuckers.
But
they might not even allow you. There's the other day I was playing what was it? Apex Legends and Rust. And those games they will not allow you to go on if you have a VPN on.
Yeah.
Well, what are they trying to protect?
Because you usually not usually sometimes they use VPNs for cheaters. Like if you're cheating on a game and you use a VPN, so that way if they ever catch you, you can kind of use different methods of denial. In one sense, you could be like, "Oh, it wasn't me," because if you put the VPN to say it was in Miami,
yeah,
like,
someone logged in, someone else.
Look, a cheater took my account and logged in and he played with my account. Like it wasn't me. That person was in Miami or Philadelphia or some shit. Also to block, for example, say the IP ban you, or something like that. They can't see your IP. They're
No.
gonna ban a random IP. So
I mean, streaming services are doing that too. Like Hulu doesn't allow you on VPNs.
Really?
Netflix is not allowing you on VPN. Well, okay, Hulu, if you have the live TV, you can't be on a VPN. Any other
Okay.
ones can.
So it's just a
But
normal
like
subscription.
Paramount, Stars, they'll cut down your stream and be like, you have to turn off your VPN and your ad blocker to continue to watch.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
Now
started using
VPN,
Hulu
I
again
agree
'cause I
with.
picked up
Ad
on Naruto
blocker,
again.
really, motherfucker? I'm already paying you.
I hate that.
You know what I mean?
Especially the ones that I pay for no like commercials, and the only
Yeah.
commercials you're giving me are like other Paramount shows or other like Star shows that I've already watched. Like, why can't I block that?
Yeah,
I
that
need to
makes
get
no
on.
fucking sense.
I watched. I went back to middle school days and started on the Teen Wolf show because they made
Yeah.
a movie through Paramount Plus. I need to go watch that. I rewatched that.
Hey,
show.
Ozzy, there are ways around that.
Of
Orale.
course, you know the
Let's
ways
start
around
selling
that.
it around on eBay.
VPN on the router. Yeah.
I mean, true. That is true.
Well, I don't know, man. To me, it's like, like I guess when you're doing VPN and you like, some people don't want their data to be shown. Cool, got it. But like when you're trying to use VPN to fucking cheat on a game, unless everyone else is cheating on a game, what's the point of fucking playing a game? Like, I've played games with the God mode. You finish the game in 1 hour, and then what? You know what I mean? Now you're looking for the next game to finish. I guess it goes down to like the dopamine satisfaction bullshit of TikTok. I don't know, man. I don't know. And it's the same thing with porn. I think fucking just send an asteroid.
I mean,
Already. Send
even
an
I mean,
asteroid.
back to the porn topic. Even like if you just cut out the websites, there's a billion ways for people to get porn. Like there's Telegram groups, there's Discord groups. Like they drop full site rips of like full like paid content of OnlyFans and all that for free. So like no matter what they block, kids are and people can still find porn, and they still are going to.
Okay, so I have a question. Like the reason OnlyFans became so popular was because it gave you that
Connection.
that connection, that sense of the girl next door, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they're ripping this and uploading it, how's it any different from all the free shit that's online?
Well, I mean, it's
You know what I mean?
it's not
'Cause
legal because
Well-
technically they're stealing their content.
Yeah.
But how do you know this, sir? I'll tell you later.
Not
No,
right now.
But-
Allegedly.
But see, like
allegedly.
to me, like the whole idea of that OnlyFans was like having that connection of like talking to this person and then like building this relationship with this person that doesn't give a shit about you and takes your money. Get it?
I mean, yeah, but like a lot of these people, they build that one-sided connection with it, and they when it says fans,
shit.
it means fans.
Oh shit,
this
Brian
Saturday
Dyer.
will be-
Oh hey, Brian Dyer is in the house tomorrow. We're gonna do the UFC at Ozzy's house. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this Saturday is a good card, man. Nasty card. We were actually just talking about today. Bryce Mitchell
Yeah.
will no longer be on the card.
He hurt his back
He
training.
hurt his back. You saw Israel Adesanya pulled his MCL. I think I showed you the other day. No? Yeah, Izzy pulled his MCL training. Some guy went for some kind of trip. I forgot if it looked like a kind of like an arm drag style trip, but I can't remember if he had the foot on the outside or the inside. But it looked like Izzy's knee got caught up in the situation, didn't like wrapped around the guy's foot, and when they drop weight on it, his knee like just fucking
shit.
bent all the way in like
Izzy's
this.
knee bent?
Yeah, Izzy tore his MCL.
Tore his MCL. Ah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a fucking recovery and a half.
So I don't think whoever, because the next fight planned for what it looks like is going to be the champion contender again will be Robert Whitaker versus Dricus Du Plessis, the South African guy, and which is crazy because if we see Robert fight Israel again, it's gonna be like it'll be the first time we've seen someone fight or the second time.
Did you see
we've seen him
Duplessis
fight.
tweets, bro? Too easy. That guy,
Yeah,
bro.
he's
that,
talking hella shit.
He's talking
hella shit. Gilbert Burns is gonna be on that card. Officially, like I said the other day, my favorite fighter. This man is a beast, fighting for
He
the
is a beast.
second time within a month. Like that doesn't happen very often, especially nowadays. Back in the day, UFC, these guys used to fight like twice a week, but now that doesn't happen. Like these guys are usually fighting twice a year,
Yeah.
maybe 3 times. This
This
guy's
motherfucker then had 4 fights in 1 year.
yeah. In the past year, he's doing 4.
He's
then
like, give me that money.
Yeah, give me that money. I want that fucking title.
Not only that, it's not. He's just in a fucking in a training camp the entire year, bro.
But this
Yeah,
is my
dropping
shit.
weight the entire year.
I was thinking about this last time, and I didn't get to talk about it. So I rewatched his fight with Torre, right? That he had less than a month ago, right? Bro, he's my favorite fighter, right? But man, he took some damage to that leg.
He did.
It didn't take. It wasn't visible damage, but man, Jorge snapped at that leg all 3 rounds. Bah, 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 bah. Like that was his big shots, like his defining shots. I say were those leg kicks, and I want to know how he's recovered on that leg, been able to train and get back to fighting shape in 1 month. You know what I mean? That's my question.
So
if those leg kicks are still gonna affect him in this fight,
back in the day,
go after it, we'll see.
Back in the day, there was this it was a Bushido. That's what it was called. It was Bushido. Remember?
There's an academy here
So
in St. Pete.
with Bushido, there were 2 guys that were like always fighting for who's gonna be the best, right? One time this guy would win, next time the other guy would win. One of them was Gary Albert. He was an American, this big fat dude, and the other guy was the Japanese dude. And they would fight each other, right? Sometimes Gary Albert would win, sometimes the Japanese dude would win. And then Japanese dude just started winning all of it, right? And the way he would do it, he would just kick the shit out of Gary Albert's legs, bro. Like he would just kick the shit out of that thigh. Just keep it, kicking it.
Chop the tree down.
Chop the tree down, eventually taking him down, right? And the funny part about it was that when they would announce him, they would be like, Gary Alberto, you know what I mean? They would add Japanese connotation to his name.
I love the meme video that's like, the girl talking all sexy into the picture. The phone's like, all men love this noise, and it's her walking with heels, like clink, 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 and it's like in the reality, it's time. Yeah. That's the noise all men love.
Anytime I hear this clicking noise, I remember ducks. That's all I remember. Ducks out of the pasture.
I think of horses. Clink, 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 clink. That's what I think is a horse.
Oh, shit. But yeah. Oh, and there was another thing that I thought super interesting. So apparently in Japan, when these pitchers coming out to the mound when they're about to play baseball, apparently it's this fucking gigantic show. These motherfuckers got their hair sleeked back. There's somebody running around them, spraying shit on their faces and stuff like that. It's like a whole show when these pitchers come out.
Isn't Shohei from Shohei Ohtani? Isn't he from Japan?
I don't follow baseball, so you know me. The only sport I kind of follow is UFC.
Same
and the
here.
reason I follow that is because all of you guys watch it, and for me, it's time to bond with the boys. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think the only sport that I've really gotten into as getting into a little older is definitely UFC. Like when I was a kid, when I played baseball, I liked to watch baseball. I paid attention a little bit, but I was so small that I really couldn't keep up with it that much.
yeah. To me, man,
I just liked watching the Rays when I was a kid.
I think
Baseball can get boring.
I was gonna say that, man.
Don't
baseball,
tell that to my grandpa.
Well, see, every time I've been to a baseball game, it was because like there was a group of us and we're just like talking shit,
like the
hanging out,
experience.
having a drink, eating food. You know what I mean? Like
You get pretty into
the
it when you're
bonding, the bonding
Yeah,
part
but
of it.
watching it just for 9 innings, like where
At home,
half the innings
yeah.
not shit happens, like
Yeah.
I understand it. I come from a baseball family, so like I played it, like everyone watched it, all that shit. But like,
Damn, dude, you're white, aren't you?
I mean,
He's pasty. He's like,
Why?
what's his name from?
You get a sunburn under a lamp. Is that what happens?
You know that?
luckily no.
Did you guys ever watch?
Luckily, I have that tiny bit of Native American in me that saves me
shit.
from that.
You're part of the hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Wow! Wow!
I don't even remember what I was gonna say now. Oh my god! Oh no! So you guys remember? I was thinking that. Remember the guys you watched Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory on MTV back in the day? His cousin Big Cat. They used to make fun of him all day because of how pasty he was. You know what I'm talking about? Never watched that? Rob Dyrdek. He had all those shows on MTV. The skater dude that did with DC. He's not with DC anymore. He has the what is the show he has now? Ridiculous.
He has that Fantasy Factory, ridiculousness, all that shit. Yeah.
But he had Fantasy Factory and he had his
Can you
cousin
pull
Big
him
Cat.
up?
Yeah, I'll pull him up.
He had the fantasy factor and what?
Well, his first show that he did that was big was Robin Big,
Uh huh.
where it
Yeah.
was him and his bodyguard. right? Like it was just like a reality show.
That sounds familiar. I don't know. You guys know me, man. I don't watch too much fucking TV. None of the
This
shit
guy.
is interesting to me. Yeah, no, I don't know this guy. Anyway.
Yeah, well, he had this show called Fantasy Factory,
Uh-huh.
and the cousin that's in the middle, right? They used to roast the shit out of him because of how pasty he was. One day they made him. Let's see.
Can they see this?
No, they can't see it. I don't want to show it because it's anything copyrighted.
Yeah.
It's showing us. Look. One day he's like, "You're the pasty king," and he made him dress up like this. Oh, shit. This is on Twitter. I'll show it real quick.
No, Alex, don't feel bad. Even though I seem a little dark, bro, like sun fucks me up. Like it fucks
this is what we're
me
talking
up.
about. So let's try. You can see this is Rob Dyrdek and his cousin Big
I
Cat.
mean,
You're not that pasty, is I?
Nah, man, sun fucks me up, bro. Like I can't be in the sun. Like I just burn, instantly burn.
I get darker, but at the same time, I still have like on the in the spots that got like a shit ton of sun. Like if I'm without a shirt all day,
Oh, like underarms.
no. The shoulders will get a little burn, a tiny bit, and my nose and like the cheeks right here. But that's it. Everything else just gets black.
oh yeah. When I worked construction and all that, I had that tan. This T-shirt,
you guys
and then it was like white, and then like everything
Oh,
else
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
dark.
Look at that difference.
Yeah, I have the permanent tan
Yeah.
from doing the valet back in the day. Just permanent tan.
Right.
This is from years of fencing and window work.
Yeah, this been like what 7-8 years now that I haven't done valet, and shit, still have the fucking tan from it. But it is what it is, right? Anyway, but yeah, so the AI, going back to it, so apparently $140 million to research. Now the question is, how are they gonna fucking govern it? Like that's my problem. Like how do they govern it? I've seen too many.
Especially since most of these AI programs write their own code, and we can't access that.
So they don't have a backdoor access to it?
No, it's basically a black box that we can't access. That it writes its own code, it recreates its own standards and all that.
I heard this thing where they were talking about how they're gonna start implementing AIs into games like The Sims, right? And then the guy was talking about it. Think about it. If these people implement AI into a game like The Sims, you don't think The Sims will make its own Sims? And these guys are gonna start creating their own thing, and this AI is gonna start questioning, where did I come from? This and that, and it's gonna start creating, and eventually it'll probably create its own simulation.
This is it. We're in a fucking Sims. Somebody created this fucking AI. We're with AI. Neil deGrasse Tyson was right. Sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if you have me, if you're sitting here telling me that Neil deGrasse Tyson himself has said you cannot disprove to me that we're not in a simulation anymore, I gotta believe him, bro.
Like, yeah, I'm trusting him.
I'm trusting his judgment.
All right, so now my question is, how do we break the code? I'm trying to get rich, bro. Like beyond belief. How do I break the code? That's what I want to do.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna out you, Jay. Ready? So I went to. Hopefully my school isn't watching this, but I went to use ChatGPT for assignment, right? And it had me sign in again.
Yeah.
And when I signed in, I guess you had used my Google when you signed in last time, and it gave me your account automatically. And I tried going through mine, but it was like, oh, this Google is already linked to this one. You're forced to use it. So I had to sign in using yours, and I saw you had typed in there how to like make money.
Yeah. Yeah, I did, bro.
Yeah, bro. I asked it like 4 different kinds of ways how to make money. Okay, what should I do to make money? Like,
yeah, bro. Because
shit, did it give good ideas?
No, because I was testing it out to see what it's gonna say. You know what I mean? Because I did the same thing with stocks, how to pick stocks and things like that. Because I was testing the thing out just to see like where the limitations lie, right? Like it gave you just basic shit.
Oh, so they're launching 7 new national AI research institutes.
Yes.
They didn't actually like
140 million. There we go. I was wrong. It's not billion. It's a million, which is a significant amount. 140 million. That's a whole lot of equipment you can buy for 140 million. You know what I mean? And a whole lot of coders, especially these are research institutes, so these are going to be fucking students, so they're not going to get paid shit, and they're going to put out intelligent work.
No, they're just fucking.
Right, most of it's gonna go to those
Yeah.
like MIT universities and shit like that.
Yep.
That's where most of the work's going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like they're putting it into 7 individual institutes specifically for AI. Like they're gonna create their own 7 institutes.
Hey,
The
get ahead
NSF.
of it.
Do you
It's
think?
it's that
National
good and
Science
bad
Foundation.
thing. Like it's the government with control of AI, but it's also the government prepared for any AI attack. So like,
I mean,
that-
they kind of have to do it, right?
right?
'Cause
Especially with they can write legal documents now. They can pass the bar.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
can
ChatGPT 4, bro, passes the
Yeah.
bar. Fucking at 99 percentile.
What?
yeah.
Cats at 99 percentile.
Yeah.
God
Yeah,
damn.
basically it could be go from registered nurse to doctorate in this span of like a week.
Yeah, so it looks like you're right. It's gonna be going through like University of Maryland, University of
California, Santa Barbara. There we go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it looks
Minnesota,
like
Twin Cities.
they'll have different like branches. So, for example, the one for next generation cybersecurity will be through California, Santa Barbara. For agricultural and forestry will be going through Minnesota. Like they're already branching off, telling you, "Hey, you're in charge of this. You're in charge of that. You're in charge of this."
AI for AI for decision making going to Carnegie Mellon, bro. Like the largest psychology fucking school in the world. God damn. University of Illinois,
Buffalo.
Urban Campaign. God, bro, they like whoever was in
Columbia.
charge of this. Whoever was in
excited.
charge of this split was. It's not. There were no dummies. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, no,
But I'm also scared of Skynet. Exactly.
they're trying to.
Ozzy's
figure
got
this
it right
out.
on the head.
Skynet.
Talking about Skynet, bro.
What the fuck is
The other
Skynet?
day I was doing some work late at night and I was like, all right, let me just put some
just like that-
background noise, and I turned into Skynet, bro. That shit's terrible, man. That shit's scaring me. This is why I'm asking, how are they gonna govern this shit? You know what I mean?
Skynet's the bad guy in the Terminator movies. It's like the AI robot
Oh.
corporation.
The one that creates
Yeah.
the Terminators, the one that creates those liquid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
So, I wanna go on a deep end on this one. Remember that video you sent me earlier today when I was like, how much did you?
You know who that was? That she was voicing.
Yes.
That's Jabba the Hutt.
Yes, I
That's
know.
what they're
That's why I
using.
said, how much did you laugh?
I fucking died because it's like two things. It's like Star Wars I love, so I get the reference and who that person is in Star Wars. Like I'm sure like anybody who doesn't know Star Wars could watch that video, still gonna get a laugh. Oh,
Yeah.
they're probably just thinking she's
Yeah.
some big monster. But because I know what they're trying to make her look like, it's even more funny.
Yeah.
I gotta send you this video, Alex. I'm not sure if I sent it in the group chat. I feel like I did.
So,
It's the one. What podcast is it on?
just go to Messenger. So,
I'm gonna send you this video, Alex. It's fucking hilarious.
I mean, you can probably blast it on here. No?
Nah, just cause.
All right. So, anyway, what?
Yeah, I sent it. It's the third, the thing where I sent that it's all the girls sitting at the table at the podcast in the group chat on Facebook Messenger.
Just by seeing the cover, I think I know where this is going.
Go, just open it, and listen to that shit. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear it though.
Dude,
It's
yeah, let him
hilarious.
watch it. Let him watch it real quick. Throw the link on the chat. Throw the link on
They're so mean.
chat.
I'll put it through my phone.
So,
God damn.
throw the link on the chat for people in the chat. So, so this lady has gone viral on the internet.
Yeah, she
one
has.
of the viral ones is she's in an Uber driving, is like, guys and shit, I was just leaving the nightclub and she's crying. Guys won't come up to me and talk to me, blah blah blah. Now, come to find out, because I clicked, to see what the podcast was about, and apparently she's not a girl. It's a dude.
Oh, that the big girl. The one we're talking
it's
about.
a dude.
Oh, really?
It's a dude. Yeah,
Okay.
she's trans.
Okay. So she's trans female. Okay.
Yeah, she's a trans female. And there was this funny part where, one of the trad
Real quick
clowns-
before but I'll let you continue. But I saw today. Talk about trans. I saw today this trans female won a female biking competition, and one of the one of the other competitors like raged because she won, and she was a biological male, and she raged on the whole commission thing. And this girl's on the podium with her medal and shit. Go on.
So there was another one talking about that. There was another guy that went into I think international women's poker tournament and won that poker tournament completely. But anyway, so
why are they dividing poker?
Huh?
Why are they?
Because we divide everything.
Why do they have to
We've been doing it for centuries.
I get it. I
Now-
know why, but like, really, you still have to divide poker?
Here's the thing: the world poker.
Not all poker tournaments are divided.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
and
so the World
my
Poker
dad loves
League, like the
poker,
highest
so
level of
I've seen it. I
poker,
watched
the
a
one
little
Dan
bit.
Bilzerian played, they do have women, rarely, but they do have women that will come up to the final table, right? But for whatever reason, anyway. So the point was, so this girl, so one of the guys on a panel was a tradcon, right? Like traditionally conservative, and one of the girls next to her, the darker girl next to her, was, you know, getting all pissed off because he was saying, you know, like, if you sleep with a trans woman, then that makes you gay. And she got mad. She's like, no, it doesn't make you gay because it's a woman. And it's like, bro, like, it's a biological male, you know, it doesn't really. So anyway, there's a whole thing about this, right? Like, they went viral for that shit. And then they asked the trans girl, and trans girl is like, well, if they're pursuing me for simply to see what's between my legs, and for that reason, yeah, then they're definitely gay. If they're not pursuing me as a woman, but they're pursuing me because of that, then they're gay. So the girl next to her got even more pissed off. You know what I mean? Because she was like advocating this and whatever. She got even more mad.
Clearly, the trans girl's trolling herself.
I mean, she's saying, hey, if she doesn't have bottom surgery or whatever they identify as, then if dude's looking for a dick, I think that's gay.
Yeah.
But, like, you know,
and no shit,
like,
whether you're gay or
it's
straight,
the difference
it doesn't
between
matter.
sex and gender, you know?
Yes. So, and then the girl next to her was advocating a couple of episodes back, apparently, for like, oh, that these are women and it doesn't make you gay if you sleep with one. And then the TradCon guy was saying, hey, no, it is kind of gay. Like, you know, this is a biological male, you know, with the XY chromosome, so it does make you gay.
I thought of the one video, the guy that does the traveling traveling interviews on the street.
Yeah.
And one time he was in it looked like some Asian country, I don't want to assume, but he's talking to some girl, and like as he's talking to the girl, she's like egging him on, but then like as a warning, she just goes, you know, I have a penis, right? In the middle of the conversation, and he's like, huh? He's starstruck, had no idea what to say to her.
Hey guys,
at least they were up front with it, you know?
Yeah, she was up front for sure.
quick side note. Hey guys, go ahead and hit that like button for us, but we'll continue. All right, so
I'm gonna also we're stopping anyways. Go check out Vitality. You got any pains in your body or just trying to improve your lifestyle? Go check out Vitality.
Yeah,
I'm gonna post
I'm
gonna post a link in the chat right now. It'll also be in the description. Go to Vitality Wellness Center if you're here local. If not, check it out. Anytime you're in the Tampa Bay area, you want to go to Vitality and get your life right.
Yep. Get the muscles in order. So here's a question. Say you match with a girl on a dating app, right? You go out on a date, and then the date is going well, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, you get in a car and things get hot and bothered, whatever, and you're trying to get some, and she's like, you know what? I'm just going to blow you. She ends up blowing you. But then later you find out that was a trans female. What do you think about that? Do you think that's like an assault? That's grape? What do you think about that?
That's how
you didn't ask, so she didn't tell.
I mean,
but bro,
that's how you view it. Because if you viewed her as a hot woman that you got head from, then you know.
Yeah, but
like,
sadly,
if you're worried about the things that you didn't see.
Well, it's not about worrying about the things that you didn't see, because to me, it's like, be upfront about it, right? Like, why aren't you upfront about
in my experience on dating apps, anytime a trans woman that I'm matched with, they're always like, just so you know, I'm trans. Or there's little like
wait, why
things in their bios that will tell you that they're trans.
I see what you're saying. Well, okay. No, I think that's the right way to go about this. If that's your thing, then you do your thing. You're gonna match. But somebody that's expecting like a XX
And
chromosome.
just knowing people in the trans community, they're usually upfront with it because it's kind of a life or death thing sometimes because you're not
Oh, shit! I
upfront
see
with
what
it.
you're
Dude
saying.
gets mad. They sometimes they kill.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So it's like a safety issue more than anything.
Yeah,
That's smart.
exactly.
That's probably smart.
You accidentally do that to some prejudice fucker, and he's fucking freaks out on you. I'm homicidal on your ass.
Shit happens all the time, more than you think.
Yeah, because in gay communities like that, I think I've mentioned this before. So if they've done the research, so basically, it's not like the heterosexual relationships, right? Like in gay community, they can hate each other, but they still will smash, especially in gay men communities, not women communities. So gay men communities, in lesbian communities, it's more towards
I
traditional.
always found weird. I've only heard that. What the hell? I'm searching on freaking.
Vitality, same peak.
I know, but like I love how. Like one of the first things that comes up is our video, but not the freaking like their
That's a good
link
thing.
through
Ozzy, why don't you drop
Microsoft
Why don't you
Edge.
drop the link in the chat, please?
I'm having some trouble here.
Yeah, drop the link for Vitality, please, in the chat. This way everyone can see it and go maybe do this thing. I've been going to Vitality, bro. Like after taking my supplements and going to Vitality, I think it's one of the best decisions I've made. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of a little weird, So, Emily's in. What's up, Emily?
Hello.
So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, those were my news. I think that there was another piece that I had earlier today, but I forgot. So don't
There
worry.
you go.
Yeah.
There's a link for Vitality, guys. Go check that out.
Ozzy did too. He said, "Sweet, perfect." Ozzy dropped the link as well.
Nice.
So yeah, so another news. Let me see if I can quickly pull it up. Now see, this is the shit that I don't like, right? Like my news app goes into the news article I get is 14 cool hat styles for men. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? That's not a news article. Like, why am I seeing this?
Because your internet provider knows that you're a man that wears hats.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Fuck.
It's not a new. That's the problem with today. We have so many news articles that are either like 3-paragraph thing that's some bullshit that's literally just so you load into a bunch of ads.
Yep.
Or it's an ad itself where you're literally just like, these are the quote unquote best hats, and then they have links to the Amazon so that you can purchase it. It's all just ads.
All right, so I don't know. You guys make sense of this shit. A duo of mathematicians just solved a 15-year-old problem. They found an answer to how many numbers you need to fill an infinity grid under specific conditions. The answer is a simple 15. What the fuck is an infinity grid?
I don't know. Yeah, you
That's the
started
answer
talking
to an
Neil deGrasse
incredible,
on me, bro.
complicated
Come on.
math problem recently solved by a two-person team at Carnegie Mellon University who's going to get the fucking AI project using a big, complicated math problem that are hard to solve, have big, complicated answers that are almost equally hard for the layperson to understand, but not this one. This one is just 15. The question originally posed in 2008 when as such, if you had an infinity grid of squares like a sheet of graph paper that went on for eternity and you wanted to fill it with numbers that had to be more than that number squares apart, okay, I'm done.
Don't even.
I'm done. I'm done.
I think
we're reading the same article, and literally like a paragraph down it says confused yet.
Yeah. I'm done.
Nope, confused me like 9 sentences before that.
Bro, but think about this for a minute. Somebody fucking was born, lived their life, and they said, you know what? Math sounds good. Bring me a fucking tongue twister, and I'm going to sit down and solve it. And this is what I'm going to do. For hours and hours on end, bro.
That's Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, If you ever watch Star Talk, that motherfucker's like, hold on, and then does the math of like light distance, like just in his head.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Fucker's crazy.
Apparently his wife, I don't know guys if you know this.
Super
Apparently
smart.
his wife is just fucking like she's a PhD in mathematics, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she has multiple. I think she also has it in theoretical physics, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think theoretical
Bro.
physics is also one of her majors and degrees.
Bring up Neil deGrasse Tyson's picture when he was in college wrestling.
A stud. Man was a
You
stud.
see that shit?
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Stud.
Isn't that cool? Like the guy is not just like super smart. He did sports and shit. That's awesome.
You think you could take Neil deGrasse Tyson? I mean, he's a little old
at
now,
his
but-
age, yeah.
Yeah, I'll fuck him up right now. Back then, it would be tough.
Maybe not. Them jeans look good, bro.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
got good jeans, motherfucker.
And he's like
jacked.
6 foot something. Like he's 6'4",
Yeah,
6'5".
we'll show us on the stream real quick so everybody can see. Neil was jacked.
Yeah. Now try to tell him that he's wrong in his theory.
Yeah, no. He's not wrong.
He's like,
For
"What'd
both
you say?"
reasons. You know he's smarter and he can kick your ass.
What did you just say? Oh shit. Oh, and another thing. Carlson Tucker, the Fox guy,
I'm gonna have to see.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. So apparently he got fired from Fox. And yeah, this guy, he's a pretty conservative, very conservatively leaning person.
He looks to me like the fascist dude that I'm watching a show on.
So
He definitely is a fascist.
no, he's not. He's just very conservative.
Wait,
Let's
it's actually
let's
more-
I
not say
mean,
he's a
if you
fascist,
read
not
the
agent.
text that Fox has on him, because that's the reason they fired him. They built a dossier of his texts from this Dominion court case,
Uh-huh.
and there was one that was so bad that they were like, "All right, we gotta let you go because if
Damn.
this ever came out, we can't be linked to you after this."
So that's what I was trying to say. So the other day I looked at the top 10 media individuals in the United States. First 3 were people that own, like one of them owned CNN, the other one owned Fox, so on and so forth. And then the only person that was there, like a media person, was Tucker Carlson.
Yes,
Like, he was number
He does
4.
have a big
Big
following. When
following.
big
So,
following.
Valuetainment came out. They did a emergency meeting, and they offered him $100 million, bro, to work for Valuetainment.
Is that what he's doing now? The Tucker Carlson Daily or
They-
something?
He
Or is
has,
that his podcast?
he didn't answer. Apparently, he hasn't answered. But Patrick Bet-David offered him $100 million, I think, for 5 years. to
I was
work at
curious who's
Valuetainment.
gonna scoop him up because like Newsmax and OAN, the other 2 conservative networks, are also being sued by Dominion. So I don't think they were gonna pick him up, but I knew someone was gonna get him. I knew that dude wasn't gonna sit around.
Yeah, and then what's his
He
name?
has too much of an audience that follows him.
And then Kramer.
Don Lemon, Kramer. Wait,
Kramer is the guy. Changed my mind. Guy.
Crowder.
Crowder.
Yes.
He got a divorce. Apparently they split up with his wife. And there's a video of her, I guess she posted this video of him supposedly being abusive and whatever. And the whole video goes is like, "Hey, listen, can you please take out the dogs?" And she's pregnant. It's like, "Hey, can you please take out the dogs?" At this time, he was having like heart issues, like medical.
It was applying medicine for the dog, yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently her side is she was scared because she didn't know what the medicine would do because she's pregnant. And I don't know what the whole fight was about.
Yeah, so apparently
But,
they're
yeah.
getting a divorce as well, and he's
Yeah.
worth like $20 million and whatever. So
Crowder, Ben Shapiro, it's funny how you have this like women should be subservient attitude and you get a divorce.
well, no, I mean that's not.
That happened to Ben as well.
Yeah, Ben
No.
Shapiro also.
Well, not necessarily. I think women have to be subservient. These are people that are famous that we see. I think that just happens across the board. Because if you think about it, the divorce rate is 50%. You have a 50-50 chance of getting a fucking divorce when you get married. You know what I mean? 30% chance if it's the first marriage, and then 70% chance if it's the second marriage. So it averages out to 50-50.
I mean,
So-
yeah, I will give you that.
So I mean, I think it's just across the board. I think it's just a whole matter of like,
I've
you
heard.
know,
I think it's like
you know what? I'm gonna
You have-
keep
you have-
saying it.
you have both sides of the extreme. I think that's what
What it is.
contributes to
Yeah.
that stat, because we hear all the time of people like, I'll just say it, getting married who really shouldn't. Definitely should not be getting married. Like, probably known each other less than a year or some shit like that and getting married.
Minimum, bro.
like, what
Date
the
for
fuck?
minimum a year before you even get close to get. As a matter of fact, nowadays, if you're a successful dude, in my opinion, you should not get married. You should not get married. Period. Ever. Legally.
Unless you need the tax benefits.
Well, not now. In the tax bracket that I'm talking about, the tax benefit ain't gonna do shit.
If we're talking about that, then that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
but,
that doesn't mean shit. So if you're a guy, got your shit together, live with the
But
person.
also, you're
Have
making that
babies.
kind of money. You got prenups that are being signed before you get married, unless you're an idiot.
But then I also
But
we were talking
Dr.
about
Dre
this,
thought he had a prenup.
yeah,
That
we were
shit got
talking
thrown
about
out
this
the
the other
fucking
day
court.
because you have to make sure that those prenups are signed under very certain conditions and
Yeah.
pretenses and
Yeah.
all this stuff. Or
Oh,
else
that's
they
a
can
law.
Or they. Or
It's
else,
a legal contract between two people to get married.
yeah, but then like for example, you get the prenup, but if you made sure something wasn't exactly how it's supposed to be, like they can later throw the prenup out.
Well, fuck that. You know how Dr. Dre's prenup was taken out?
What did they say?
I signed the prenup under duress. Basically, he said he would not marry me until I signed a prenup, and this is why I signed the prenup. I really didn't want to sign the prenup. They throw that shit out the
I
courtroom.
really don't think that's a good excuse to throw it out.
Well, because she was afraid. She said she was under duress. She was afraid he's
Wait.
not gonna marry her.
Okay, then don't. Oh well, you don't want the prenup.
But that's called being under
talked
duress.
about
They
this.
threw that shit out the courtroom.
It's a standard. I have a standard. If we're gonna get married, I gotta have a prenup. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's like
I
you gave
mean,
her an
I think if
ultimatum.
you have a prenup and you have that kind of money, you should have a prenup that expires every.
I think what you should do-
6 months or so that you have to continue to re-sign, because if you keep making money, that's also something that can come back for and be like,
And
well, I
bite you
signed a
right in
prenup
the
when you
ass.
were making this much,
Yes.
But
but
you're
now
making this
I was
much
living at
only
this
because I can
much.
support you. Da, da,
Yep.
da, they'll give
And
you that.
I think the solution is that Moroccan soccer player. I don't know, guys, if you saw that shit.
Yeah.
So this
Oh,
Moroccan
yeah, he put
soccer
it under his mom.
put everything
Yeah.
under his mother's
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
and now she tried to get a divorce, and she's worth about $2 million, and now she has to pay him.
Yep.
Now that was
Shit.
smart as fuck. You know what I mean? To me, I don't know. That was smart as shit. So basically, find somebody to put all your shit
this
under.
one person I know told me, "Oh yeah, I put everything under her name. So when everything happens, she pays me alimony, fucker."
So you want to hear a crazy fucking story? I got a crazy fucking story. Like a really crazy story. So I'm not going to name names. This is a person that I personally know. Super successful. She's in let's just say she's in a medical field and higher up. Not like a fucking CNA or nurse. Much higher. And she married this kid. And after some time, she discovered that this kid has been filming them in a bedroom and putting that shit online and selling that shit. Damn. Now,
Without her knowledge,
without her knowledge,
that's a crime.
now, she goes for the divorce, apply, whatever, divorce
Yeah,
proceedings,
files. Yeah,
files it, divorce proceedings. Now she has to pay him alimony because he didn't make as much money as she did.
that's crazy.
But I thought you can't I'll ask for shit like that when something goes down, that you're like divorcing them for like a reason. Like, for example, like if you're making more money, right, than your wife, but then she goes and cheats on you, I thought she wasn't allowed to ask for alimony.
No, I don't think that's a thing. Like you
I
have
don't.
to,
I think
I
because
don't
that's
think so.
infidelity, but technically, them putting that stuff on the internet is irreparable differences, and I
Yeah.
don't think that you can. I think that's a split.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. And
Oh,
now,
you
now
could
the
probably-
cop, like she can.
You
put-
could probably get them, on the other hand, like going through civil court and be like, they were putting out this content without my consent, but that would be a whole different
Yes.
situation.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I
Police
got
came
you.
and then visited some people that I know, asking questions and things like that. But the fuck all that shit. The crazy part is she gets a divorce from this dude that literally just like fucking betrayed the entire institution of marriage, right? And then now she's got to pay him as well on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's what I would call fucked.
Now, that's fucked, right? Like, this is how we look at it when this happens to a girl. But this shit happens to the fucking guy all the time. So apparently I was reading this another story. So there's this dude in England, right? So the mother took the children, right? And mother was like super abusive and all kinds of crazy shit. They took the children and kept them away from the dad for a year. Didn't allow the dad to see the children because the case was in a courtroom. After the case was all done, said and done, they gave the custody to the mother because father wasn't in the life of children for a year.
It's crazy.
Bruh. Like, tell me we don't
custody court is one of the, like, now, not all custody court. There's some that are fair. But, like, some are, they're usually skewed to the mother because, you know, no matter what the situation, it's that bias that mother's going to be the caretaker. But mother could be a crackhead. And, you know.
And they've done research. The fathers, the single fathers, take almost as good of a care as a double parent household. They actually take better care than, but then again, we don't really know because we don't have that much data on it, so I don't know how much of it is true. But as we have the numbers right now,
if court worked properly, it would be like which parent is feasibly able to take custody, you know, without any bias, and then we could work from there. But in America, at least, we haven't, you know, come off of that bias when it comes to.
And that's crazy. To me, that's fucking crazy. Like, tell me we don't need a rehaul of this entire system. Like, we do need to rehaul this entire system. You know what I mean? Because in some of the major cities now, women are making more money than men. Yet our court system hasn't caught up to the new age. You know what I mean? Like, now tell me, why would a guy that's successful, got his money right, everything is good, got his shit together, why would he ever get married? Why would he ever walk a girl down the aisle in a white dress? Why would he ever do that shit?
I mean, why would anyone get married? Why would anyone be like, hey, government, that's the one I want to be with? But, like, you know, some people get tax benefits from it, but those uber rich people, it doesn't really matter.
But then again, I mean,
if I'll be honest with you, I mean, you know, I've been with Emily for 7 years, right? And when we probably go to get married, I don't necessarily know if we're gonna do the whole shabam through the government. I mean, I look at, like, you know, our siblings party, and I want to do that, right? Like, that's one of the things I want to experience and do. And I know Emily really wants a wedding, right?
No, every girl wants a wedding.
But if I don't need to apply to those, like, if I'm not really, I don't really care for the tax benefits, probably won't do all that bullshit.
Yeah, so I mean, every girl wants this wedding, right? Because they're sold this dream of this wearing the white dress.
It's the same thing with
Disney
the quinceañera
bullshit.
too.
Yeah,
the same thing with the quinceañera.
Yeah.
Don't lie to him.
Yeah. So, but to me, like, you know, it makes no sense. Like, in my opinion, you want to get your shit straight and do it the fastest fucking possible way you can. Get a vasectomy. Don't ever get married. Sleep with a bunch of girls. You know what I mean? In your early 20s. And then when time comes, redo your vasectomy. You know, that's about a 80 to 90% chance of success rate on that.
Right.
You know, you have a larger
sperm
chance
saved on the side too, just in case.
I'm sitting here talking with two hoes. That's what I'm doing. Two little man whores.
Well, it's not being. No, it's not being. Wait a minute.
Hey, I got lucky. I wish I would have got a vasectomy early, but, you know.
But see, here's the thing.
I just ended up getting lucky.
Well, the biggest fear that girls have is like, well, if we're not married, that there's that us sticking together thing doesn't exist. He can do whatever he wants, blah blah blah. But that's bullshit. On average, majority of guys are lucky to find one girl, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't have that kind of fucking options. They're lucky to find one girl.
Or they think a lot of it is self-doubt too, because 100%. Like a lot of men don't want to approach women because they feel the fear of rejection.
I mean, but even if you're butt ugly, you still can get pull bitches.
Yeah,
I know guys who are butt ugly who pull bitches.
Yeah, but for a guy, I don't think like the actual physical for the guys. Am I not saying that there are girls out there that like, oh, he looks like a model. This is what I want in my life. Yeah. But they're usually not on that level at all. Yeah. Because to me, let's say a guy, let's just take that model, right? let's say a guy is an 8. He's on Vogue, right? Whatever. He's a model, right?
Top J has several hoes. We know this. We know this.
Top J don't got hoes, all right? Top J is a man of God, very respectable to all the women.
Where's the
Jay
button?
has no
Where's the
hoes.
button so I can play Stop the Cap.
Listen, y'all think of me way too much than I reality is, okay? I'm a nice guy. I believe in God. I pray every Sunday. I go to church every Sunday. You are there every Sunday.
Oh, that's
That's
the-
church.
Oh, I go
That's
to church
church.
then. I'm a
That's
man of
church.
God as well.
Church is any congregation for the same purpose
Yeah.
of like meditation and
Yes.
self improvement.
This
Then
is what Jay
Sunday-
does. I'm a
then
man
Sunday
of
is
God.
definitely
I don't
church.
do any of that shit, okay? So,
Stop the Cap.
What color is your Bugatti?
yeah, well, no. But where was I going with this? I forgot already.
Hey,
was I
what's
saying
up with
before?
the scooters? You gonna buy one of the Bugatti scooters?
Bro, I want to get a Bugatti scooter, right?
That's so excited! You got so
Bro,
excited!
The only thing is, man, I would like.
Oh my god!
So I do want to get one of those scooters, man. They seem so much fun, man. Like get one of those scooters, you go by downtown, swing around like them streets.
I thought that shit was sick. Mauricio was telling us today how they did like a whole meetup.
Yeah, bro.
And they drove through downtown. He's like, bro, I went to downtown in places I've never been.
Yeah, bro. Like I want to get a scooter, and that Bugatti scooter is so cool because it's got the lights on the back that just like display the Bugatti, the front sign. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
lights.
Emblem.
It's super cool. I
I'm
kind of
looking
want
at
to
it
get one.
right now. At 1,200,
No, so Costco has them for $8.99,
This is
bro.
why he's excited.
$8.99,
$8.99,
This is why
bro.
he's
$400 discount.
This is why he's excited.
bro. I mean, if your city's got good like walkways for pedestrians, that's the way to go right there.
Bro, you don't have to. St. Pete, downtown St. Pete, every single road is literally paved for bike people.
Oh, nice.
We have a really big bike riding community here.
Yeah,
in Tampa.
huge.
And in Tampa Bay area completely, just because of the amount of like area where you can go ride on the water.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
yeah. And
we have
you
this
have a
thing here,
lot of
the
stations for scooters.
Pinellas Trail,
like
how
a
long
lot
is
of
that shit?
stations.
Stupid fucking long.
Yeah.
Right, and the bikers love that shit.
Yeah. So we can do it here pretty like freely.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is like, why would a guy like, live with a person, have babies with a person, but like in general, most guys,
Until you
that's,
get hit.
don't get married. Like, why would you get married? What do you say?
I mean,
Until you get hit.
Till
Your
you-
if
brother
that's
had a
what
road
you
bike, why you
want to
talking shit?
do, I think you should
have
live
one.
with your partner for at least a year before, like,
minimum
be
a
with
year.
them, whatever, but live with them is a whole other thing.
Yeah, bro.
Because like when you're in the dating phase, it's real easy to stay in that cupcake phase when you're not always constantly there, but when you're waking up next to that person constantly, that's what tests your love.
them breathing you down the neck.
You imagine you get some fucker downtown who's like, "What color is your Bugatti?" And you get to be like, "Blue with 2 wheels." Like all he said.
Shit.
Or you don't even tell him the 2 wheels. Like, "Blue fucker." Oh really? Let me go get it. And you come
Yeah.
around the corner. Ding 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 ding.
That's so funny.
And then you play They See Me Rolling.
Yeah.
They hating.
Just keep going. Don't even stop.
Bro, and I have this big ass Sony speaker that I bought. Like it's a whole boombox. It's all like waterproof, dust proof. Like you can fucking take it to the beach, dump it in a pool, nothing's gonna happen. Imagine strap that shit and then you just blast it.
That's what my Richard was, right? He goes with a speaker.
That'd be awesome. What do
You're
all
like
just say?
in
I
front
just-
of a
I
chick
just-
and you're just
I
like,
just
get
scrolled
on.
up
Yeah.
I just scrolled up on the email that PBD sent Tucker.
Yeah, what does
He
it
was
say?
saying,
Read it.
So, dear Tucker, I'll get right to the point. We want you to partner with us in what we feel is a noble and necessary effort to define the future of media. Here's our offer: $100 million over 5 years, an equity stake in Value Entertainment and Valuetainment, president of Valuetainment, and board seat to project your strategic vision and voice, your own podcast or podcasts, and other daily/weekly shows, documentaries, movies covering topics you care about. What else? We're all ears.
Bro,
Damn.
and PBD has fuck you money.
And he says,
he's a multi-billionaire. He's got fuck you money.
Everyone's
Our
trying to fight for that audience.
Yep. Our convictions about freedom, liberty, and truth run deep, and we believe we are the absolute right fit for you and America. while we may not be the biggest media company, we are a new media leader driving into the future to make fair debate, and commentary more accessible, consumable, and protected. We are 100% serious about our offer, respectively, PBD.
Bro, and I see PBD being one of those people that he would want to be in a political office, but he would be like, you know what? I'm going to take a back seat and I'm going to push my candidate. I can
Yeah,
see him being that person.
he understands that he has his limitations when it comes to his knowledges and skills, but he knows what he can do with money.
Yeah.
He really knows what he can do,
And he's
and
got
that's
a
what most
lot of it.
candidates are. Most candidates are just like basically puppeteers for people who stuff money in them.
Except for Donnie.
Like
Donnie, but I think he was a puppeteer too at some point. But Donnie,
I think what happened is when Donnie got every once in a while, Donnie would get sick of that hand up his ass, and freak out, push it out, and go nuke.
He bit back,
and then eventually they tie him back down, fucking gift wrap him, put the hand right back in.
Yep.
No jujitsu his ass back into
Shove the hand right back his ass, puppet his ass again, and that would just
they're
happen.
like Diet Coke.
Yeah,
turned on Fox News, and then they were like,
Calm
"Get that
down.
hand back up there."
Yeah.
And you will like it, and you will enjoy it, and you will ask for more.
Then they just
Shit,
have to start
fucking
plotting.
Donnie.
All right, how do we recover from this motherfucker's nuke?
Shit.
Yeah, because see, I think what happened was they came up to Donnie and said, "Hey, Donnie, I think you should run. We're gonna support you." And then Donnie said, "Hell yeah, I'll run and I'll do whatever you guys want." And I was like, "Wait, motherfuckers, till I become a president, I'm gonna change everything
There's
up."
that little
You know
voice
what I
in the
mean?
back of his
Yeah.
head, like, "I'm gonna screw all you fuckers."
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Donnie will throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah.
He don't give a shit.
yeah,
I think it's funny that right now everybody else is throwing him under the bus.
yeah. But that's Donnie.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's a few people that are, but if you still look at politics, they're all running for him because everyone wants a fucking VP thing. All the Republicans, they won't talk shit about him. They won't say shit. Even Tucker Carlson, it won't come out publicly and say shit, but had text saying, "I can't wait until we get rid of Donald Trump."
So,
So you think they're all gunning for that VP spot?
yeah. Bro.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Oh yeah, and he even came out and was like, "I'll run from Moscow, blah 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 blah."
So he's not gonna
depending
go
on
with Pence again?
Nah, man.
Fuck
he's not
no,
going.
no. They
No.
tried to hang him. He threw
Pence tried-
Pence under the bus
He
on
did.
January 6th.
Yep,
Okay.
he did.
I don't
He
keep
did.
up with politics, so I don't know.
He did. So, yeah, man. I
Pence
don't know.
is gonna run against him.
Really?
Yes.
Pence ain't going nowhere. I can tell you that. He's
Yeah,
way too
no,
conservative.
no.
He's way too religious. Now they gotta win that. They gotta win that female vote, man. That anti-abortion law vote. You know, and that shit ain't gonna happen. You know, so. Pence ain't-
DeSantis is really the only person on the Republican
Yeah, but
ticket
DeSantis-
that can act.
He said that he's not
fucking
gonna do
up
it.
too much. Yeah, he's fucking up too much. He's not gonna do it. He keeps and all of this like anti DeSantis stuff is coming from Trump because he's trying to
Yeah.
keep him in those numbers where he won't announce
Yep.
because he wants to keep that main slot,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else is gonna be VP candidates.
But so if we see Trump go against Big Dog on the other side, who's gonna be Big Dog on the Democratic side?
I don't fucking know.
Because I don't.
Biden's already right.
Probably
Biden
Biden.
already announced.
I know
He-
Biden
and-
announced, but you think he's gonna make it back to Big Dog status and
I
be,
mean,
the
that-
be on that 1v1 with
it-
Trump?
As of right now, the cocktails of medicine that they're giving him when he has to speak, they're not really working anymore. The motherfucker cannot string two words together into a sentence.
I mean, neither can Trump. They're both
They're
public. Literally, you poll America, and they're like, "We do not want Biden and or Trump to run again.
But see,
give
here-
us something new."
See, but here's the thing with Trump, with all the negative shit that came up to him, because he's taking a book out of the Barnum Brothers. He's taking a page out of Barnum Brothers book, right? Like back in the day, Barnum Brothers, they wanted to become like the largest curator of this museum shit. He went in and basically tried to buy the museum to have his art and shit in there for $10,000. And then they came back and said, no, we're going to sell it to this other person, right? And you're not going to get it. So what did he do? He went out there and took out articles like to bash this other person. So this museum started losing customers and things like that. So they ended up reversing the whole deal and they gave it to Barnum Brothers. And the Barnum Brothers continued to do dumb shit like bringing people, oh, I'm going to hypnotize these people and I'm going to do this, do that. Like they would
Massive scam artists.
Yeah, massive scam artists, right? And albeit to all of this shit, he was still very popular, right? Like, so the bad, whether you get bad notoriety or good notoriety, look at Kim Kardashian, bro. After releasing the sex tape, she's popular. Bruce Jenner, what's the name now? Caitlyn Jenner. Kills somebody, changes sex, popular, woman of the year. You know what I mean?
That one.
Andrew Tate, bro, goes to jail, gets out of the jail, first day, first podcast of 50-minute podcast literally about nothing. He's making fun of this Vice journalist. I think like 1.5 million views first 4 hours.
Did you actually see the Vice report about him?
Yeah, I did. See the report. But then I also saw how they cut it all up, and the whole thing.
Cut it all up. Okay, the part where he was like, "Hey, let me just say hi to this woman," and Andrew Tate was like, "No, you can't talk to her."
Yeah.
Like, why not? What's wrong with a woman speaking? He let the other men that were working speak.
Yeah. I don't know what was the reason.
I'm just saying. Misogyny, maybe?
No,
maybe.
I don't think it's misogyny. See, like a lot of times people will throw that word around and we don't know what the actual definition of misogyny
is. We do. You hate women for any little reason.
Yeah, so most people don't know that it's just a popular term to throw around, right? Like, that's what it is. It's hatred of women. Like, I'm not defending Andrew Tate in any way, but I don't think he hates women. I really don't think he does that. But the thing is, why he didn't let her talk, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I could care less. Why? The Vice came there to talk to him, not to the girl, right? Like, and then after they talked to him, they cut up the entire thing. They put the whole thing in there where they're using the same reaction several times to show that he's stuttering on his answers and things like that. They chopped it all up, right? Like the whole interview.
Okay.
They did.
But when he was on the podcast saying things in between things where he would like break character for a second.
Yeah.
And they showed that on Vice. He would turn around and go back on the podcast and be like, well, this is just the fake news with me, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's a scam artist. He capitalized on the people that are out of the conversation right now. Men and young boys of mostly white color are out of the conversation right now. So they're a great target for the people that love their money.
That's fine. Here, how is this any different? How is it any different than what's going on with OnlyFans, for example?
Well, OnlyFans is a purchase that you make willingly.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
That you choose to willy your dick with. Andrew Tate is teaching young boys that they should mistreat women because that's what they deserve.
I don't think he's teaching them to mistreat.
Then women. You don't watch Andrew Tate, bro.
Well, I really
don't watch Andrew Tate. Motherfucker always talking about slapping women, putting them down, choking them, putting them in their place. Those are all aggressive things.
I have heard. I slapped that bitch. I have heard that shit many times.
Like, even if it's a joke for him, when he gets all those TikTok people to cut it down and it's broadcast to these little children, they don't understand it's a joke. So they're going up to their teacher and slapping her in the face because Andrew Tate told them to.
Yeah, nice. But then again, it's like, why are these children watching shit that they shouldn't be watching? Number one question.
Because literally that's what he wants. He gets TikTokers to cut up his shit and then puts it out so that children see it. That's how he gets money. And then he gets those desperate men to go to his little camp.
I don't think so.
So that he can abuse them, make fun of them. And literally on the first day, these people have no training whatsoever. But just because he likes mixed martial arts, he forces them to fight semi-professional fighters.
Well, does he force them? I've seen that. I've seen that one. Does he force them or says, hey,
it's either that or you get talked about, you get taunted, and you get put down saying that you're not a man because you didn't want to go get your ass kicked by someone who knows how to kick ass.
Well, I mean, it's a choice, right? We have choices in life. I mean, you get to choose what you want to do. It's just like the OnlyFans. You get to choose how to pay money to a girl that pretends to be your your girlfriend, but in reality, she's just taking your money for sending feet pics.
I'm
I'm just saying, it's all transactional.
real quick. I'm gonna cut out of the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up the other mic so Megan can just sit with
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
here.
for sure, for sure.
I mean, you're right. It is all transactional.
You know what I
Those
mean?
motherfuckers paid $5K plus to go to that retreat and get their ass kicked and or write 15 sentences on why they failed themselves as a man. They all paid for that. I agree. But it's not manipulation when you're like, hey, I'm gonna send my feet, I'm gonna give this good service for your money compared to, hey, I know you're vulnerable and I know you'll pay for this. So
Well, no, because I mean, most successful girls that are on OnlyFans, they don't do this on their own. They have like an army of usually men that are responding back to those chats.
I mean,
So
which is smart because you got a bunch of motherfuckers trying to talk to you and you got to create that illusion
but then,
of singularity.
but who's gonna know what button to push for a guy to pay more money is a man, right? Because you kind of know what to say to another guy, pretend to be a girl to say that to another guy to extract more money. Look, that's not the point. My point is that, feminism was a necessary thing in the world. It had to have happened. It had to. There's no question about it. However,
And it needs to continue to happen
however,
because it hasn't gone as far as it needed to be
so
yet.
see, this is where our opinions differ. Which I think, however, nowadays I think we're pretty equal, and in some cases,
You literally live in a state where they just limited women's body parts. I live in a state where we just limited body parts. Like, and is it men's body parts?
well, see, now that's a
But
that's
whose body parts are the ones making these laws? Because it's mostly men.
I get what you're saying. I understand. However, I think we live a pretty good life now. I think we live a pretty equal good life. Where you have your affirmative action, you have all this, you have all that. Like, something happens, you can scream grape even though that didn't happen, and you get the preferential treatment. Like, I think the pendulum has swung the other way a little bit too much. Now I'm all for equality.
I think that's the
equality.
resistance to change.
No.
It's always like, why is it swung too far? But they're still so limited. Like, how can you say that it swung too far just because a very like insurmountable amount of women claim rape when it's not? Like,
Well, I don't know about that. Now, I don't know about the statistics of that. All I know is that the statistic that was put out by CDC, and it's not the Center of Disease Control, right? Like, it's CDC is this private organization that basically called girls on a phone and said, hey, have you ever gone out with a guy? Yes. Have you had drinks? Yes. Have you had sex with him? Yes. They consider that as grape, right? And this is where that statistic comes. 1 out of 5 women gets grape on college campuses, right? Like, this is where that statistic came from.
I don't think you get your statistics from the right place, but okay.
No, that was the CDC statistic. That was a what was put out, and like now when women say 1 out of 5 gets grape, that's where that statistic is coming from, out of that CDC research article. Now, grape is a despicable thing. No woman, man, or anybody should go through that. 100%, I agree with that. And all these people need the most harshest fucking harshest punishment for it.
Okay.
Yeah, harshest punishment for it. Well, look, fucking death penalty. Do it. I don't care. Do it.
That's a little extreme.
Hey,
but I feel
you know
like
what?
life
Do
in I feel like time in prison is a lot more than just killing someone. I mean, I get
Saudi
it.
Arabia, that shit. Chop somebody's head off. See how much of that is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like,
I
you
mean,
chop a couple of
also-
hands, it'll be good.
I believe in chemical castration for sexual assault people.
Yes.
Like,
Now the problem is there've been a lot of cases where it was a false accusation of that.
I mean, I wouldn't say a lot. It's been a very few cases.
Yes.
When we put it to the amount of actual rape cases.
Yeah, but these people lost their lives because of that.
I
Their
understand.
livelihoods.
That happens. But how about all the other cases that those women lost their lives or their livelihood because someone wanted to take
And
advantage.
I get
quick.
that. And this is why I'm saying there has to be an equilibrium, because we want equality. There has to be an equilibrium, which I don't think we have.
Real quick. Hello to Mickey. We got Mickey in the house with us today.
What's up,
took care of
Mickey?
his business, got over here. And then real quick, I wanted to point this out that Justin said. Some states are trying to pass laws that give women the death penalty for traveling out of state while pregnant. We need to figure out what the fuck, like a little more detail on that, because
Yeah, that law is not gonna fucking pass. Number one, are they trying to do it? Yes, it's just one of those things. Just like you said about the UN and age of consent, I think it's just bullshit propaganda as well.
Well, no, that's actually not propaganda. That's
just
real.
not gonna pass.
So
That's
it's
just not
just
gonna
like
pass.
it's like Texas's bounty system that did pass, where that you can report people saying that they got an abortion and get a reward for it. That only didn't go into effect because the Supreme Court had to put it on hold because they hadn't overturned Roe v. Wade yet. So these things are passing.
So my thing is, let that up. Whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, whatever it is, let that be. But also add a law where a guy can say, you know what, I want to have a financial abortion. I'm no longer responsible for this child. Since I have no say in this, I'm no longer responsible financially for this child.
You can legally give away all your rights and custody to a child.
But then you're gonna get
signed on both.
You're gonna get placed on child support, correct?
No. Like you can literally go. You can go to court and set up a legal agreement that you are no longer have any financial or any parental responsibility.
But she has to sign that, correct?
She has to sign.
Yeah.
And then it has to be signed and notarized by a judge.
Yeah.
But
if she doesn't sign.
But that's the thing, right? She's the one having the baby.
Yeah.
So like, if it happened by accident,
but what
and then like you're trying to get out of it.
But if that's what I'm saying, if I have no say in it, right?
Hey Justin, wherever you found this, or if you could help me find it, I've been looking it up on Google to see if I can find some information on this. And
then this new law
that you're talking about. If you could point me in the direction of something that I could read, so I could talk about it a little bit more, because I want to look into that more. Hey Natalie, how you doing?
Yeah, so all I'm saying is just a guy says, you know what? Let's say I want to have this child, right? She says I don't want to have the child. I have no say in that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I have no say in that. She can do whatever she wants. But let's say the role is reversed. She's saying I want to have this child, and I'm saying I don't want to have this child because I don't want to be financially responsible for it. Let's just be very materialistic about it. I have no say about that either. See what I mean?
You do though. That's where custody court comes in.
Yeah, but then you have to go, and then a lot of times that custody court thing, it costs you a lot more money than just paying.
I mean, there's also settling outside. Like I said, you could settle outside, get a legal document that's stating that you have no parental or financial thing. But when it gets put to that, exactly. But when it comes to it, you have to then go to custody court and then try to fight your statement. But then you have to fight it on the fact that it takes two
I got a question
to tango.
Yeah.
So you are also at fault for that pregnancy that you're trying to get.
For you guys.
Uh-huh.
How long have you been at it?
This conversation, not very long.
Like 15, 20 minutes.
Not long. No, less than that. He's talking shit. It's been like 5 minutes.
So what I'm saying,
came up,
if that's the case, then when I want to, for example, have the child and she doesn't, there should be a document to sign for me saying I agree with this.
I like it. I mean, it's one can, but
do you see what I'm saying? If we're talking about equality, that is not equality.
Well, it's not equal because you don't have to have a baby. She does. So it's not an equal situation.
Without me, this baby wouldn't be born, right?
I told you that's exactly what he was trying to get at. He already had the babies in him. He just put them in her.
I mean,
just saying, it takes just like you said, it takes two to tango.
You both chose to do it. Correct. But the one party has to actually carry it.
I look at it this way.
Yeah, that's fine. They're designed to carry it. I'm sorry, but that's what you're designed for.
I agree.
But if you want someone to have your baby, that will do it, you can pay surrogates.
No, that's cool. No, I
Miguel looks
understand.
like a delicious 5-course meal. Justin said.
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Take me out to dinner.
Pause, Justin. Pause.
Bing bong.
Yeah. Pause, bruh.
Fuck
Shit.
your life. You never see those videos? Side
Bing
talk.
bong, yeah.
Side talk. NYC. Those guys are hilarious.
Joe Biden.
Anyway, let's
Byron.
switch the subject. I mean, this is going nowhere, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you
going
just
nowhere.
figured that out to 20 minutes?
Like it took you this long to figure it out?
This is going absolutely nowhere.
Oh shit.
You guys already talked about Star Wars? May the 4th be with you.
No,
all?
we haven't talked about Star Wars today. I ain't gonna lie, Star Wars has been kind of a saturated topic on this podcast.
I have
I
some
thought you were gonna talk, a little bit
non-film
more about it
Star
today.
Wars.
What'd you got? What'd you
So
got?
the
Shoot.
game,
Yeah, I
the
was
new
about to say,
game
what
that
do you
just
guys think
came
about
out.
Yeah? The new game, Star
The
Wars game?
bunch of people that just bought the DLC and all the pre-order stuff has watched it disappear.
What?
They
What?
logged in one day and all their pre-order stuff was gone.
A
They
lot
don't
of
know
people-
why,
a lot of
and they're
people are
slowly
mad
fixing
about
it.
the, FPS
Now, y'all know
issues,
I
too.
don't play games, so you guys gotta be giving me a
So,
little more content about
I
this.
want to go into what Miggy just talked about, FPS issues. I've seen that, bro. Like they're talking about if your graphics card doesn't have a minimum of like 10 gigs of VRAM, you're not getting good FPS. That it's just
Yeah.
maxing out these cards, which is pretty crazy because I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of questions to be asked. Oh, what resolution are you playing at when this game is maxing 10 gigs of VRAM, like in settings and all this? So, but I mean, if you're trying to play at 1080p and you're not able to do with your 1080p card, I'd be pretty fucking pissed.
Especially when you're locked to 60 to 30 frames.
Is it locked?
60.
On most cards, or most cards and consoles, you have to lock it at 60 if you want to have a functioning game.
Really?
Yep. Consoles aren't being able to keep up with this new generation.
I mean,
Or companies are just lazy with development. I don't know.
just saying. I mean, so when the new gen consoles came out, right? You compare them to the like 70 series, so either a 6700 XT or a 3070, and those cards are already being left behind in a sense. I mean, I know computers, and in the grand scheme of things, no, they're not being left behind. Those are still nasty fucking cards that do very good work. Like they're very powerful. But if you just compare them to new games only, yeah, they are being left behind already. And so your next gen consoles that you waited so hard for on these new games, they're gonna get left behind. I mean, I'm in a PC group on Facebook. I want to look this up. Locked.
I mean, you know, me and Miguel just play card games on our PCs.
Yeah,
Using
right?
the full capacity of everything right there.
But
Max FPS, baby. Let me see them effects.
so
Right.
like I have a lot of people posting in this chat all the time, right? They're like, "Oh, what do you guys think of my build?" And they'll post like something with like a 2070, right? And the guys in this chat start roasting the shit out of everybody. Like your shit's already so old. Like that's not gonna run it. Da, da, da. And it's like, bro, why are you being such a dickhead? Yes, that is a very good computer for what it is. Like you can't judge all these computers just because you have the new 4090 and you can
Right.
afford to build something new every fucking year. Like
You
fuck
set your PC on fire for a 4090.
1,000%.
All right, so I have a question.
I have an answer.
I'm not gonna guarantee. I might have an answer.
So these new graphics card, as much as I remember back in the day, I used to play video games. Obviously, graphics card, I get what the idea about that is.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, do you really fucking need these new graphics cards? Are there games that you can fucking actually use these on?
There
As
games
of
that
right
you
now-
definitely need them.
I mean, a game we're talking about right now. You want to play Jedi Survivor on your 144 hertz monitor correctly? Probably not gonna happen. Sadly, I was watching Stone Mountain, one of the biggest fucking streamers there is. Right, like he's up there, right, and he's playing on his probably $5,000 build, 4090 i9 or Ryzen 9, whatever the fuck he has, right, like nasty shit. And the guy was
Probably
getting, like,
streaming off another PC too,
and
so it
streaming
doesn't.
off another PC,
Yeah,
so it's
so it
not
doesn't-
like affecting his performance. And he was getting like 80, 90 frames on this game.
Yeah, I was watching Shroud. He was getting like.
Can you tell the
67,
fucking
70.
difference between 80, 90 frames versus 120 frames?
1,000%.
Yes.
Nah, it's bullshit.
Depending on your monitor, yes.
I can show you later on the camera.
That's bullshit, though.
I can show you
think
later
this
on the
is
camera,
just.
Jay.
I think at this point you're splitting hair.
Jay,
I'm sorry, but you are splitting
Jay,
hair.
If you're playing a game like
camera.
COD and you're doing those like
literally
massive
show you on
flicks
the camera.
around, they're like turning really quick. You'll see the brakes
It's motion
and
blur, too.
everything. Yeah.
But okay, fine, cool. How many people in the world actually are capable of like using that kind of a technology where it's like it's detrimental to their game?
You have to be half decent at a game, and you'll notice a difference.
Most people can see 60 to 20, but can't see. Most people can't see past 144.
So actually, I've done research on this. You can't see anything much past 55 frames. You're actual visual. But when it comes to playing the game, you're having something react to you.
Yes, your
So,
reaction.
You will feel the difference from 60 to 144 to 240 to 360. Now, once you get past 144, the differences start to come like what you're talking about, splitting hairs. Right?
Yeah.
Because 144 is already so fast. 144, 165, like that range is already so fast. But from 60 to 144 or 60 to 120, nasty difference when it comes to gameplay experience. Next time we are at my house tomorrow, probably for Friday, right? I'm gonna bring you to my room and we're gonna put Call of Duty on, a game that you've played and you know kind of what it feels like. And I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna set it to 60 frames, and I'm gonna set it to 90, and I'm gonna put it to about the 120 to 140, which is what my computer can run Call of Duty at the settings I play. And you're gonna see the difference, brother. You're gonna see it. You're gonna feel.
All I can say, you know how a lot of times bad drivers will say, "Oh, it's the car, it's not me." All I can say, the reason your car drives the way it drives is it's what's between the steering wheel and the seat, right? So to me, unless you're playing at the professional level, you still can enjoy the game just as much playing the game, whether it's gonna do a little bit of chip chip. That's gonna pass by a second.
It does that chop chop. I'm turning off my computer and I'm not fucking starting that game again.
Yeah, see, that's rage. Now that's called rage quitting, my friend.
You think I'm gonna pay?
You need Jesus.
I'm
You need
pay
to come.
over $2,500
Hey, listen, every
for
Sunday
that
you
shit
need
not
to
to
come
run?
to the church with me. You need Jesus.
Nah, so look, the thing is I changed from PlayStation 4 to PC for the very reason I'm sick of 60 frames. I'm sick of 60 frames, you know. And so, like, it's funny. We actually had this conversation yesterday with me, Alex, and Justin. Justin was talking to us. He's like, I'll make a lot of people mad, but I'm going to just say it. I don't know the difference between 2K, 4K, and, like, 1080. To me, it's all the same shit. And I was telling him, and the same thing about, like, oh, no, we actually proved the point with him on 60 to 140 the other day. I guess Calvin helped him with the Rust settings. And he was like, God damn, it's a whole new game. But I think it's one of those things that it's like, if you don't know, you're not going to notice. If you don't even know what the difference is, like, you're not going to tell. Like, for example, some people that play on PlayStation, I bring them to my house and I throw them on my setup, and it could be at normal settings, and they probably won't tell the difference right away. But when they get to my house and I put it at 60 frames and I tell them to play, they'll be like, yeah, this is like my PlayStation. And then I switch it right in front of them. They'll be like, holy shit. That they can tell instantly.
So Ozzy had two things.
Sorry.
He's like, have you seen the new trailer for Gran Turismo?
No, I haven't seen that.
Movie?
Movie. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, actually.
We'll pull up the
and then
we
the
can watch
second
it.
thing
We can't
he
show the
had
stream,
was PS5 is better. Fight me. Changed my mind.
Better than Xbox?
I'm guessing.
I'll have you there, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna have to sadly say you're wrong. I am a PS5. I'm a Sony person. I like PlayStation. I played PlayStation all my life. There was an Xbox in my house at one time. What I do? Sold it to buy my PlayStation 4, right?
I traded mine for a PlayStation 3.
And sadly, you're just wrong on the stats. Like, if you actually go look up at the power.
Oh, I'm not
versus...
putting that there on stats. I'm putting that there on Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
exclusive.
What is this,
exclusive.
exclusive game you're talking about?
Yes.
That is where PlayStation absolutely beats.
You just went full Kramer, my friend. That's not cool, you know? You being a little, hypocritical here.
No, I
got Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, I think
God of
Ozzy's saying
War.
better than PC.
PlayStation better than PC. All right,
PlayStation
Ozzy, we
better
can
than
fight.
PC. What?
All right, we can fight, Ozzy. I know you know you're just trolling us.
See you Sunday.
right? See you on Sunday,
See you on
fucker.
Sunday.
He said Fortnite is amazing on PS5. But Fortnite is also like 3-year-old Druid.
Fortnite.
So,
Who's
3.
play-
More than that.
You can
It's
run.
more older.
You
no, I
can,
mean, but like in comparison to some of the games and the graphics that games have.
Well,
Call-
they've actually updated Fortnite
Well,
recently.
you
And made it
can-
look
look-
fucking
okay,
nasty.
okay.
They've
'Cause
updated
before
I
it
mean,
looked
it
like-
is an art style, yeah, but
So let's take a
it's
look.
not realistic.
We can't show you guys in the stream, but we're gonna take a look at this new Gran Turismo trailer real quick, guys, because Ozzy pointed it out.
Irresistibly
Ninja
smooth
skip.
chocolate.
I'm going. I gotta wait,
If
bro.
you miss a line
You wanna
in
pay
the
for the
game,
premium?
you reset. If you miss it on the track,
I'm gonna set it up.
you could die.
I got another account. I can
Who
set
do
up
you
as
think
premium.
the best
I'll set that one
driver
up.
is?
Probably Rory.
I would dust him in a lap.
Yeah,
Jan, all you do is play video games with some crazy dreams
yeah,
of
looks
racing
good.
cars.
I'm not gonna lie. I
you're the
don't
one
know.
that told us to
I
always
saw
do
the whole
something we
trailer.
love.
It looks good.
You know what racing cars cost?
Bro, I still want to go watch John Wick though.
Look around.
John Wick was good. It
Yeah.
was slow, though. Like,
Slow.
yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
It's a contest.
See that TikTok is catching up to you, Alex.
Turismo players in the world.
You want action every 30 seconds.
Oh, is this Orlando Bloom?
Professional racing.
No, it's not about the action. It's just
Too much
I
talking.
don't know. No, I'm not saying talking. It wasn't. I wasn't saying it wasn't a bad movie. It's just like some of the fight scenes, just like though they were choreographically beautiful, like
Yeah.
they and like shot very well, they just lasted too long.
It's funny. I was
Like-
just about to bring out that they had a stat that this movie had the longest fight scene.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying that's John Wick. It's a fight scene from moment one to the end, but
Yeah.
like some of them like it
You
was.
should be dead already. I get what you're trying to say.
I'm not saying. I mean, he should be like pulling up a suit coat to cover your face while you're going in with a gun. Yeah,
Well, that suit coat was Kevlar, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's heavy Kevlar too somehow, even though it's paper thin.
Yeah. Listen.
Oh, that's cool. Based on a true story.
Plot armor.
Yeah. But see, do you think people like that exist, like John Wick? Do you think people like that exist that can physically do that kind of fucking damage?
I don't know about like that much consistent damage, but there's definitely like those wet work agents and stuff out there that are like based on those kind of people.
Back to the
Cockpit is gonna be
movie.
140
This movie's
degrees
gonna be them
Fahrenheit.
actually racing, like going from being
G-forces will
gamers
be
to racing
twice
real
an
cars.
astronaut
That's badass.
experiences upon liftoff. I can't see anything.
Yeah, the movie looks
You get
good.
extra points for that?
Got some good actors too.
I think we should make a day out of it. You, your dad, my brother, maybe Miki if he wants to join.
Ron will
we
probably
go
like
out
to
there
go.
and watch it. You know what I mean?
Ron might want to go.
Huh?
Ron.
Ron? Yeah, Ron will want to go. Hell yeah. We'll make a fucking day out of that.
By the way, guys, I know this story. I want to ask the chat real quick. You guys hear Biggie good? Give me a quick mic text real quick.
Yo, how's everybody tonight?
Okay, it looks like it's coming up here. I was just asking because I couldn't hear him too well through my headphones. So, yeah, back to you guys. What you were saying.
What was the question to the chat? I didn't hear.
I got some news to
What
talk
you
about
got?
since we're talking about
Talk.
so the writer strike that's coming.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit too.
We're about to hit a big lull in content.
Well, fucking Chegg is saying that they're going out of business because ChatGPT is taking over everything.
That is another thing too, because a lot of these people are like, well, we could pay you more or just run a chat GPT type AI into writing scripts for us,
Yup.
which will then make probably a lull in content because it's probably going to be some shit for a while until their AI
Corny-
can make
corny
something
ass
Well,
good.
no,
shit.
the ChatGPT 4, the 4, not the one that everyone has access
Yeah, not
to.
the public one. Yeah.
The ChatGPT 4 apparently is fucking boss.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
Like it'll give you you'll give it a picture and tell it what this is. It'll tell you exactly what type of a food it is. Give you a grocery shopping list from one picture.
Knows the seasonings.
Everything, bro. It gives you
But
an entire
AI
list.
commercials right now are a little cursed.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen an AI
Yes, I
beer
have.
commercial.
With the
that
mouth.
shit is cursed. Yeah. And
The-
beers
yeah.
coming out of people's mouth and going into others people's mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
AI
there yet,
doesn't
but
get it yet.
ChatGPT 5.
Good night, Ozzy. Good night. Thank you for coming, brother.
Good night, Ozzy.
But not Aussie. But 5, I think 5 will clear all that up. I think 5 will
If-
clear. Oh,
You know.
on another news, I read an article a couple of months back, and they did they asked. So let me ask you this, guys. I know you guys are iPhone users, right? Are you an iPhone user?
I have a iPhone, but I use an Android.
You use an Android. Okay, cool. So they did a research, and now we don't need to like go into detail, but obviously Androids are miles ahead in technology.
Yeah.
They've always had better
And
stats.
usability and stuff like that. Yeah.
And they're miles ahead in price as well. There are Androids that cost a lot more than iPhone, right? So apparently they did research, and they've asked a bunch of women, would you date a guy that has an Android phone? Bunch of women said no. And then they have followed up with another question. Why? Because apparently if you have an Android, they perceive you as a brokey, as somebody that doesn't have money.
Yep.
How crazy
Even
is that
though if you get like the high-end Galaxy, you're paying the same price. Sometimes even more if you're
Yes.
getting like the Ultra
sold-
Note or whatever.
I sold phones. There are way more Androids, way more expensive
Yep.
than your.
Now, don't
most
get me wrong.
expensive
You got
iPhone.
your $500 to $200 Androids too, which have like 4 gigs of RAM and kind of struggle every
125.
now and then.
They were
Like,
grandpa
yeah.
So
had
now
the same
imagine this.
little
Now you're getting
4 gig
dismissed
for
because your
years.
text messages don't have a blue
Years.
bubble.
Yeah.
That, bro.
I literally got kicked out of a family chat group just because I got a green bubble and they can't react to my messages and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna watch you here, fucker. You broke.
I was like, I'm fine with that because they were just like blast, 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 blast all the time.
Yeah, but
And I get it as like 50 different messages. If they just like a message, it's like, oh, this one like this. I'm like, all right, I'm out.
now when you're fighting that kind of a logic.
My family's bougie, baby.
What'd she say?
Bring her on camera.
What'd she say?
She's like, my family's bougie, baby. That's funny as hell. Now, if you're fighting with that kind of logic, right? Which is,
I mean, it's already a losing battle there. Yeah. I mean, it's just because the iPhone's seen as like the rich shit, but your iPhone probably has a cracked screen.
Thank
While
you.
I can take mine apart and replace
I don't
it
know if-
without needing special parts and shit like
I
that.
don't know if you've heard this.
I have
one
this
day-
controversial idea. Go.
Jay one day came to us and said, if she has a crack phone, she's for the streets.
Red flag. Immediate red flag. Let me explain. Let me elaborate. We all know that majority of women, not all, majority of women are inseparable with their phone. They're absolutely inseparable, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whatever it is. They're completely inseparable. And if she has a cracked screen and she hasn't taken the steps to fix the fucking cracked screen
Or got Apple Care.
or got Apple Care, that's an immediate red flag for me. Immediate red flag. That makes me want to dig more. What else do you do? Oh, you drive a Nissan Altima? Okay. Second red flag. Kia Hyundai? Second red flag. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I put a Ultima into a
Jay,
tree. The thing was not tough. It split in half.
What if-
It was plastic?
What if she doesn't drive and she drives a bus?
Depends where. If she's like in New York, in big metropolis
St.
area,
Pete.
I say she's smart as
St.
shit.
Pete.
There's no need. If she drives a bus in St. Pete, bro.
Wait, let's fix that. Rides a bus?
Yeah, right. She
Rides-
doesn't drive the
rides-
bus.
yeah, if she drives the
rides the
bus, nothing
bus.
wrong with that. But if she rides the bus, I would want to know more. Like that would
Hey,
raise a question, but I would want to know more.
We
So,
live
So
in
an
a car
Altima, so as
society.
an Altima is a red flag. Riding the bus isn't. Okay.
Transportation is a red
All I'm
flag.
saying is you gotta
now
do
the
what you
reason
gotta
I
do.
say that because St. Pete doesn't have a good transportation system.
No,
if
it
St. Pete had a
sucks.
good transportation system, I would not have questions. It doesn't have a good
that makes
transportation system because. To me, I'm immediately thinking about, okay, you need to
How
go to
many teeth
work,
is she
right? Like, so
missing?
you need to take out a lot of time out of your day to make sure you catch one bus and then catch another bus. You're going through hella fucking steps just to get to your work or whatever it is that you're going to.
Yeah, I had
Fine.
What if
had a-
she rides a scooter? Says
Dude,
Chet.
I had a coworker back when I was working at the
Damn,
restaurant.
chat. His name is Justin,
Sometimes
by
I
the
would
way.
drive him over to Clearwater. He would take at least 2 hours to get home after work.
Yes. Now, if she drives a
Dude,
scooter,
fuck that.
You say yes? Right, when we were like, he was in high school, so I think, or something, and one day he's like, yeah, bro, I'll go over to the house, Right? Yeah, okay, I'm on my way. Like 2 hours later, I'm like, fucker, you live 20 minutes away. I'm sorry, bro, I gotta take the bus.
So if she rides a scooter, now I would say, depending on what the situation is, I mean, she might be, she might be being smart. She doesn't need to travel as much. Maybe she's working from home. Gym is right there. Store is right there. She walks to those. I get it.
Riding
or
a
save
bike
money.
or a
Now,
scooter,
the
I look
only
at it as
thing-
ballsy and smart.
I was
you
gonna
save,
say-
you
that's what I was
save
gonna say.
gas. You're saving hella fucking gas, but you're fucking ballsy.
But then
because,
Florida
yeah.
90-year-olds,
Yeah,
you
you're
gotta
ballsy.
watch out for them motherfuckers. So
fucking
immediately,
ballsy.
my first thing would be, bro, like, probably don't want to do that because your life expectancy is gonna, significantly go lower.
I had
You know what I mean?
one of my first tenants at the house.
Yeah.
She used to drive a scooter. She didn't have a car.
Yeah, well, that's different because, like, let's say if you were like a immigrant that's kind of found a job, and
I don't know if she
you
was an
can't really
immigrant. She
do
was just
those
saving that
things.
money, and I guess her job wasn't very far. So
Yeah, that's fine. But then
I wanted to just pull
they've
this
done
up.
like the insurance has done a bunch of research. Majority of accidents happen within the 3-mile radius because that
you think I'm thinking of an electric scooter, like a motorcycle? No. I'm thinking
No,
of,
like a
I'm
moped.
talking about like an actual scooter.
yeah, moped.
No,
Yeah.
not a motorcycle. I'm talking about a scooter.
Oh,
she
like
used
a
to push-
razor?
Electric
Like a
push
fucking
that
razor?
Yeah, like one of the ones downtown, like the Birds.
Oh, electric.
Yeah, like
Now-
a little electric
Now
scooter.
you want to hear something really crazy? Mauricio rides his scooter to Tesla.
Oh, for work?
For work, bro.
He's in it. He's
For
in
work.
it. That
But
motherfucker's in it.
that's
That's a
only
far
what.
ride, fucker.
No, it's not, bro. The Tesla is right on the 34th. He lives right off of 38. That's 4 blocks. 4 blocks this
thought he
way,
lived
2
in
blocks
Kansas
this
City.
way. Huh?
I thought he lived
Yeah,
here in
well, he
Kansas
lives
City.
off of 38. It's on 38.
Yeah, but it's not 4 blocks, fucker.
He's
He's
58.
going from like 58th Street to 34.
Yeah, it's not 4 blocks. Yeah,
It's like
it's not.
20 something blocks.
Yeah, 20 some blocks, 25 blocks. But you
What's
know,
the max speed on it?
20.
bro? He's
Yeah,
he
goes 20.
He told
I've
me
been on
if
it.
I'm on that bridge and going down, I have to hit the brake pedal. He goes because it goes too fast, and I don't want to ruin the motor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I wanted to show this. This is the face-off between Cejudo and
Can they see it?
what do you think?
It's gonna be less than 15 seconds to throw
He's got pillows.
Pause it. Pause it.
Mm-hmm.
Play it again. Play it again. That's fine. Just no. Pause halfway through and play it again. Every 15 seconds, pause it and play it again. It's not gonna be continuous stream this
There
way.
you go. Well, he's gonna get it. So he's got a pillow with Aljamain's face, it looks like. And he pulls out some more pillows.
Dana's eating that shit up.
Yeah, Dana throws the pillow
Pause
to
it.
the
Pause
crowd.
it. Pause it. Play it again.
That's a pillow with someone else's face. A pillow with Volkanovski's face. And he's kicking him into the crowd. Yeah, then he finally does the whole little face off to show that crowd. They just want to see himself.
I like that watch on his arm. I like that watch on his arm.
I've been out for 3 years running with you. Nothing.
He's got that gold
Barely winning fights.
submariner on his
Fucking
arm.
fighting a guy with one arm. Like he won in 32 seconds. You're next. Next! You're next!
Yeah, how much did that watch? Okay, let's look it up. What's that? What's the name of that?
Bro, have you seen his girl?
Henry's?
Yeah.
No. What's the name of
Bruh.
that watch, though?
Bro, huh?
What's the name of that watch?
It's a gold submariner. That blue one.
40, 50 grand?
Yeah.
You looking at?
Yeah, the full gold, not the two-tone. Full gold.
This
Mhm.
one. It looked like this one with the blue face.
Yeah. That's the one.
43
yeah.
grand.
Yeah. Well, that's a retail price, right? Like they don't cost that much. Like if you go on a website, I think they're only 30,000 or something.
So retail is 30. This is resale. Yeah.
But it's a full gold watch, so I mean, you kind of.
Oh, solid gold?
Solid gold.
Oh, shit.
Solid gold. Everything is gold. Even the where it's all blue. The only thing that's not gold is well, it's ceramic on top, but then the numbers are gold, obviously, and then the dial itself, it's actually full gold. Then they put the color on top of the gold.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Quick.
it's
Real quick,
fully
we'll show the watch. Just everybody's talking about. This is the Rolex that Henry
Yes,
was wearing on his
Cejudo was
hand.
wearing, yeah. Now, here's the thing. That's a Submariner. So this watch was invented. So like, for people that like, bring it up again. So, yeah, just any one of them, doesn't matter. So the numbers on a dial, right? Just bring.
No, that's not the one. That's the two.
It doesn't matter. Just bring any one of them. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter
That
which
keeps
one.
being the fucking two-tone.
Just bring up that one.
Damn.
Just bring up that one. It doesn't matter.
There we go.
Yeah, that's fine. So the thing with this is this watch was created for divers, right? Like, see those numbers? It goes from 10 to 60.
Yeah.
That's you set on how much oxygen you have in your tank. So it could be 10 minutes worth of oxygen, 20 minutes worth of oxygen, 30 minutes worth of oxygen. So where the minute hand is, you would set that at the 0 at the 12 o'clock mark, right? And then as you're diving, you would follow the minute hand, and you would want to catch it at halfway point mark. So if you're diving deep and it takes you, let's say, I don't know, 10 minutes to get there, and you have only 20 minutes of oxygen, like when it hits that 10 on a bezel, now you know you're halfway done through your oxygen. Yeah. So now you have to start going back up.
Got you.
So that's what this watch was designed for, is divers. Now there's another watch that's kind of a sleeper, and it's called Sea Dweller. If you pull that one up. Now this motherfucker is a beast. Then just do a Rolex Sea Dweller, yeah. There we go. This motherfucker is a beast. It's got helium escape on it. What that means is basically...
we looked at this.
Yeah, it's basically can withstand such high pressures that this helium escape lets the nitrogen slowly get out of it as it goes through. So I think on this one, I think it's like 10,000 feet. What does it say? Can you see it on a screen? If you zoom in on it, what does it say on it? Go back up. Go back up. Yeah, what does it say on it? Okay, so 2,000 feet of depth. You can reach 2,000 feet of depth, which is how many fucking meters? 600 meters. 600 meters deep. You can literally dive with this watch.
610 meters, it says it right
there.
Yeah,
you can dive with this watch and nothing will happen to this watch because of that helium escape that's on the side of it, which is kind of cool. To me, that's super cool. But yeah. So, and to me, like, Henry, I mean, I like you, but are you a diver? Are you just, are you just chasing the cloud and wearing
Man, he's wearing a Rollie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's wearing a Rollie, you know what I mean? But to me, I don't know, man. Like, you want a good watch, you get a Lange & Söhne, or like, bring up FP Journe watches, bro. FP Journe. Those watches, to me, those are crazy as shit. So this guy, it's a boutique watchmaker, is arguably the best boutique watchmaker in the world, right? So he used to make grandfather clocks, and he's like, made really cool, ornate grandfather clocks. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go into the fucking watch industry. Yeah, either one of them. That's the cheapest one they have, and that one is like $40,000. This is the cheapest one they have. But bring up some of the other cool ones that they have.
Shit.
Like the double...
$150 Fossil looks better.
Get out of here, bro.
What the frick is that, dude? Is that a fucking roulette table?
They got one with a roulette table if you want that. You want to see that?
Jacob & Co. has it, right?
Yeah, Jacob & Co. has it. But bring up the one that has two dials.
This one?
Who had that one? Was that Connor who had that one?
So this is technically a GMT watch, which means it'll show you a second time zone.
So you guys can see.
So this one will show you a second time zone, but it's driven by one chain. So it's not driven by one chain. It's two different watches that are driven by one chain within one watch. How cool is that shit? You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm geeking out right now, so.
I'm just looking at these watches. Damn.
That's what I'm saying,
they actually
bro.
came out with a Star Wars collection with Fossil today. That's all.
Show Invictus to Miggy. He likes those watches.
No, I don't. That's
what you do, bro. You Cuban. You all love Invictus.
I don't even wear mine. I got one, but I don't wear mine.
Yeah, they came out with some watches.
Well, go back up. Go back up. That one is cool, and the one next to it is cool. But that one is super cool. I like that one a lot.
I like this one. This one I was actually tempted until I saw the price tag. $270 for this shit.
But that one is cool. Like, I like the way the minutes and hours are done.
It's legit Star Wars shit right there. Like, this is something that you would probably see one of the fuckers wearing in the movie. Here, I'm gonna send a link to which we're talking about, Alex, so you can see what I'm saying.
Can you wear that with a fit though?
Can you wear that with what?
Can you wear that to a fit, or is that a MegaCon type of watch?
To wear that where?
No, you can wear it with a
For like
fit.
an anime convention?
No, bro, you can wear that watch. I mean, if you're a geek about Star Wars, why not?
Yeah, bro.
Cause see, watch tells something. Like especially like if you're into watches, the watch that you wear and people around that understand watches can tell a lot about you. So watch kind of represents of what you like, and you know
In
there are
our
a bunch
Skype
of watches.
chat, I sent. Bro, I could see that the notification came up bright and blue on your screen.
Yeah, so there are watches out there. There's a watch that it's called No Time Watch, I think. Go ahead on that. The No Time Watch is pretty cool, I think.
No time watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No time wasted.
No. It's just No Time, I think. Go in images. Like, that's not the one, but if you go 2 more to the right.
This
No,
one.
left.
This
Go
one?
left. Go left. One more. Click that. No. That's the other one. That one is kind of cool.
Okay. Oh, that just has like the little bearing.
Little bearings that go around, yeah. And then there's another one. Actually, plug in Konstantin Chaikin, Joker.
Huh?
Konstantin.
You wanna type that, Bucko? It's right there. I see it. Chaikin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, open that shit.
Oh, these are cool.
Yeah. So this is called
I
a
fuck with
Joker.
these.
It's a fun watch, right, per se. And he's got a bunch of iterations of it, like for Halloween, for whatever thing comes up, right? So the eyes are what shows the hours and the minutes, and then the tongue is the sun. It shows
Oh,
you
it's
the
like a
sun.
moon phase.
Yep, like a moon phase, exactly.
That's cool. I'm
Exactly.
gonna show this one on the stream because this one's pretty cool. This watch is the one he's talking about, the Joker.
Yeah.
Not too expensive either.
The moon
No,
phase
it's
is
not.
his tongue
They're not
here.
too
This is nice.
expensive.
I like this.
Yeah, it's a fun watch. Like this is considered a fun watch, right? Like there's another one that's actual Joker from Batman, the purple one.
Mm.
That's the Joker from Batman.
It looks.
That's the latest movie Batman that they made.
Yeah.
That's the one. Go click on the one that has bunch of them together, bunched up. So these are different variations of it.
Yeah.
One was made. See, that one is the Halloween version of it. Yeah, so that's the Halloween version of it.
That's cool.
Mhm.
These are sick.
So that's a cool watch. And then there's another one that has the King Arthur and all of his knights at the table sitting down with, like, you can see the actual knights in full, like, spectrum sitting around on an hour markers with their swords in the
That one
middle of
sounds
the table
expensive.
on a round table. So that's kind of cool.
That
There's
one
another
does sound
watch that shows only like hands. Like you have the hand, and it'll do for first hour, second hour, third, fourth, fifth hour, and then it'll go this way, which means that's hour 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I think it goes this way, and then 12, 11, 12. It's just one arm. They got a bunch of cool watches, and then you have Vasher and Konstantin that has the triple X rated watches. Go on that. Do triple. Here, let me see.
Go ahead. I'll type it.
Those are
Yeah,
cool
go
as
ahead.
hell though, because they move. They're actually mechanical. Konstantin XXX. Hit the images.
Any of these?
No. I'll go back here. Can't find it right now. No, these are just I think these are the ladies' watches. Anyway, so it's basically you pop the back of it opens up, and when you open up the back of it, you push a button, and there's a girl on her, like, from the back, and the dude is like in the doggy style, and the dude is just moving up and down.
Oh,
back
that's
and
like
forth.
the movement.
Yeah, the
Oh,
movement.
that's funny.
Yeah. So they got really cool ass watches out there, and that's where the watch comes in, right? Like it kind of represents of what you like, you
Yeah.
know. So, but I don't know. I'm a geek about watches, just like you guys are geeks about Star Wars.
Yep. I saw they're in the progress of developing a new game that's supposed to be open world style. Choose the light or the dark side. It's gonna be like open No Man's Sky style, open world. I don't know. Like Moon told me today, don't hold your breath because it might never come out.
Right.
Well, that other game, the one that they filmed, like that felt real life.
Unrecorded.
What is it?
Unrecorded.
Yeah, that
Take a
one.
look at that again.
That one looks crazy to me. I just don't know how they're gonna do that.
Well, that was already gameplay footage, supposedly.
Yeah.
So
There's a other video out there of them showing it in developer mode to prove that it was all just in-game rendered from Real Engine 5.
This shit is wild. This game.
This is Academy medal for you
Bro,
guys.
it's ready or not on
MVP
crack.
trophy for
Basically.
And why
Basically,
is this
if
here?
you guys haven't seen,
커서
I mean,
내 키에 안 들어가.
you guys haven't seen Ready or Not, you guys can go check out a stream me and Alex did one day playing Ready or Not, and you guys will see it's already a pretty realistic style game, but nothing compared to this.
Right. It still looks like a video game,
Yeah.
though they try to, shoot for realism on and all the procedure and everything.
I
still.
saw-
I just like
today-
the recoil on this one.
I
'Cause it literally
saw
like shows you the
today
recoil.
a video of a
Look
guy.
at the recoil. Look at the recoil now.
Yeah,
Watch.
when he shoots. Yeah.
Watch the recoil.
The gun looks
Shots
like
fired!
it's jumping
Shots
back.
fired!
Look at the jumping of it.
It's real. I saw a video today on Ready or Not, actually, that I think they added in the new patch. I'm not sure, maybe they had it when we were already playing, but the hostiles offing themselves, do they have that already? Before?
No, that was added in, here recently. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw-
they call it drastic measures. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're blocking the faces because apparently that's probably the actors.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's some scenes that this does look like
Like
graphics.
a video game.
Yeah.
This right here,
Yeah.
that one in the dark looked like a video game. This one doesn't.
Yeah,
This
this
one
one does not.
looks mad real. The textures on it are so good. The whole thing with the drone.
Jams. That's cool.
Uh-huh. That shit happens in Target. That shit's so annoying.
Especially when you're like, oh shit, what's about to come up?
I actually saw a thing the other day. They were talking about how you can set and you know how you have to inspect it and then on jam it. You can
Set it to the same key.
but when you set the inspection to press and then on jam to release. So you hit Shift L and hold it until he's done inspecting, and then when you release it, it'll automatically do the on jam.
See, it's kind of cool how they blocked out the faces, like,
Where the fuck is Oscar?
Oh shit!
Well, it's supposed to be based on footage that they're the way that they're getting all of the hey mommy, the way that they're getting all of the movement and mechanics is from actual real footage from a cop's body cam.
Oh shit! Okay.
So that's why it looks so fucking real, because they're using real footage to base it on. Which, I mean, they do in all other games, but hey, at the end of the day, it never looks like the same, you know. We'll see what this game looks like. I'm not sure when it's set to come out. I will buy it though, and I'm sure all of us will.
Shit. Well,
I'll watch it.
I'm not buying it. I'm just gonna come and watch it, bro. Once
Yeah,
you play it, I
wouldn't
ain't gonna do
get it.
any
I think
of
it's
that.
cool as hell, but it's not my type of game.
I definitely get it. I like
Miggy, what's your type of the game?
I'm
When they
into
show 'em everything.
RPGs, shooters,
That's it. Did
Competitive
you just
ga-
say
no.
RPGs and shooters? What is that?
competitive games though. Competitive gaming.
That's not competitive gaming.
No, that's player versus.
That's simulated.
AI.
That's PvE. It's gonna be PvE more than likely. Yeah, but he doesn't like it when it's too realistic either.
Yeah, no, I don't. That takes away the fun. If I wanted to do it in real life, I'll just go do it in real life.
The fuck?
Oh, so newest shit from Donnie. Apparently, he went online to CBI's report. I don't know what it's from the Independent, right? Trump claims he would end war in Ukraine in one day, and this was his words: "It would be easy." Interesting, my friend. Interesting.
You know a guy that knows.
You wanna go a little deeper on that, Donnie boy?
Donnie, how you gonna do that? You know what I mean? I just think Donnie says a lot of shit. He's a salesman, right? Like he just says bunch of shit. In like you gotta take like a huge heaping tablespoon of salt of what he says, right? I think that's Donnie, but we'll just see. I don't know.
Fuck the salt. Call bullshit instantly.
Yeah, bro.
You guys saw those
But then
drones
again,
that
like,
hit
you
the
know,
Kremlin in
honestly-
Russia?
Yeah, apparently Putin tried to say
Putin's
they
like,
went
yo,
for an
let's start
attempt on
World
his
War
life.
III right now. I want my fade.
Yeah, no, I think that was just a reason.
You
to
know
stay
he's a
more in
legit like
Ukraine.
judo black belt.
Yeah,
Who?
he
Yes,
was.
he is.
Mhm.
He's a
He
legit
was.
judo black.
Was? What do you mean
They
was?
stripped it from him.
They stripped his black belt for.
They stripped his title. They took it.
Yeah, but who
I mean,
did?
he still has the knowledge to fuck you up.
Wait, who did it? Who did it?
The Federation.
I mean, man used
The
to be a
Federation?
Kremlin spy.
Yeah, okay. He's not going to fucking compete with anyone. Everyone knows he's a black belt in judo, bro. Like it's just one of those things.
Apparently they were playing. I think it was hockey
Yeah.
or something like that.
So
And they were talking about how like everybody was like just lets him win
Yeah.
automatically, and then somebody tried to.
You gonna not let him win?
Have
The
you
man
guys-
can
have you
literally
guys-
fucking make you
yeah. Have you
disappear.
guys seen the movie The Dictator?
Yes.
Yes.
You know when the guy's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
kill him.
So talking about that, so back in the day, right, like when Khrushchev was one of the dictators of Russia during communism, and he came right after what's his name, Stalin, right? Khrushchev was basically Stalin's patsy, and then he became the president.
Yeah.
So he was in a press conference, and I think an American journalist pretty much said like something about Stalin, like, well, what about Stalin, blah blah blah, this and that, and then Khrushchev goes, who said that? And then like the entire place was quiet. Nobody made a noise, and he goes, that is why. See what I mean? Like that's exactly what it is. It's just one of those things. Like when you have the reputation of a fucking like a mongrel, like that just will fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like what are you gonna say?
I mean, he earned that reputation,
That's what I'm saying. Like you have that reputation.
Last semester for school, I had to do some research on Russia.
Yeah.
Because I had to make a report on how Russia's.
I've done that. That was one of my final projects.
Because they make you learn about Russia's move from to a capitalist style economy, right? So I had to learn about Russia going from the Soviet Union to now, right? How the economy changed and shit. And I was looking into it, and I learned how when Putin first came into office, there was one guy who just spoke up in a meeting and said, I disagree with this economic policy. And right away, Putin said, oh, really? And took all that fucker's companies worth like so many millions, like hundreds of millions of dollars, and sold that shit for less than $250,000 or something like that. And it was like, $300,000. And it was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Here goes all your belongings.
This is how it happened. So during when the communist Russia fell apart, a lot of billionaires were made during that time, right? A lot of the Russian oligarchs were made during that time of who was, importing potatoes or alcohol, whatever it was. One of
Buying
these guys,
Tetris.
Yes. One of these guys was Khodorkovsky. That was his name, Khodorkovsky. And Khodorkovsky became a billionaire by first, I think, selling meat, then selling shoes, then went into cars, and then he became the largest owner of oil and gas in Russia. And once a year, all of the biggest CEOs of the companies would get together with Putin and have a conversation. During this time, ExxonMobil was in talks with Khodorkovsky to buy him out and own all the oil rights in Russia, right? And there's a speculation that ExxonMobil was actually financing for Khodorkovsky to become the next president, so they can have control of Russia. So during this, he thought that ExxonMobil was behind him and things like that. During this, it was a live interview, and during this live interview, he said, well, this is bad, this is bad. Putin didn't say shit. And then what he did, he basically blamed him for stealing oil from Russia. The amount of oil that he said that he stole, it would be train that went around the world twice. That's how many barrels of oil he said that he stole, which is impossible. Impossible. So he put him to jail for 15 years. And then what happened? He had partners, so on and so forth. They took the companies away from him, and then they did a silent auction, just like they do it in the United States, in some fucking newspaper in the boondocks of fucking Russia. Sold the company for $300,000, and this was $1 billion. He was considered the richest man under 40 in the world. Billionaire. They sold the company for $300,000. Parted it all out.
Just like, oh,
Yeah.
You don't agree?
He's
You
out
don't
of,
agree? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
They'll let him out after 15 years after jail. They'll let him out. There's still some speculation that his partner ran to Israel. There's some speculation that there's still some of that money is left. But there's a really good documentary on YouTube. It's called The Life Has Succeeded. And it's talking about these criminal oligarchs, how they became oligarchs. Unfortunately, it's not dubbed, it's just subbed, so you're going to have to read the subtitles. But it's literally taking these people are talking about how during the time, like, they would be in a market, and if they didn't want to pay for protection or a good spot, they would literally just chop people's heads off. Like, their heads would just roll down the market streets, like market walkways.
Right.
Yeah, so, like...
The Russian oligarchs were made through very crazy means.
Yes.
And they are constantly fighting each other to stay on top.
Yeah, not so much anymore because it became more of a capitalistic oligarchs now, where they're doing everything according to the law and with companies with a whole lot of money. But back in the day, that was all like, groups like mafia and things like that, right?
I mean, we're still seeing it today, especially with the Ukraine war coming out and all these oligarchs that are getting caught when they got cut off from all the sanctions and stuff. Some of them lost their livelihood because Putin saw it as something bad against Russia.
Yep. And so now Abramovich, he bought the Galaxy, the soccer team. He's one of the richest
LA Galaxy.
people. Yeah, they're saying that he's technically one of the people that's financing Putin. Basically, it's the bank account for.
Yeah, we're talking about Russia. I was listening to the Nelk Boys. They went over there with
Khabib.
No,
not Khabib.
They hung out with Hezbollah,
Yeah.
and they also met up with Islam as well. Apparently, that's the only way I would go.
Yeah. So
if we know somebody like Hezbollah or Islam, fuck that.
Listen to this. Abramovich, this guy, gifts yachts to people. And these are not yachts that will fit only 4 or 5 people. These are like 100, 120 foot, 200 foot yachts.
Snoop Dogg. It was one of these really high profile rappers. They went to some Middle Eastern country. And apparently they were annoying this guy when he was trying to get off the plane about his jewelry. Oh, it's worth so much. You need to declare da. And apparently, when the leader of the country found out, because he was invited, the leader of the country got there and went off on everybody. You are my friend. You do not have to deal with this. And then he tells him, you like Lamborghini or Ferrari?
Yes.
And he was, Lil Wayne. It was Lil Wayne. I'm going to find the fucking clip because it's a sick clip.
They gifted him that.
And he goes, Lamborghini or Ferrari? And Lil Wayne goes, I thought he was just asking me a question on like maybe which one I like more. And he's like, Lamborghini. And he goes, what color? Red? Okay, we'll be outside your hotel tomorrow. I am so sorry about what happened. I'm gonna bring up the clip.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
So Abramovich, right? He not anymore, but he used to own the largest yacht the recent years, the largest yacht in the world. This motherfucker has equipment on a yacht that will detect photographs taken from a mile away and jam.
So when I got there, we landed in the private. So when I got there.
So Saudi Arabian prince. He went to Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to show the clip because I don't know if this is from Saudi Arabia.
We landed in the private airport. I set my backpack with all my jewelry on there. So the lady said, I'm sorry, the jewelry's too much. You're trying to say if it's over 25K, you got to declare it. I'm very no nonsense. So I was like, man, fuck all that shit. I went and got back on my plane. So all of a sudden, as I'm sitting on my plane, I walk back on the plane like, yo.
Sorry.
It's fine.
What's up, Alex? My bad. What do you hear what you said? My bad.
In Middle Eastern countries, some of the richer places, like you'll see like
Dubai and things like that.
Yeah, like Lamborghinis, like Maserati, all those high end shits, just left.
Yeah.
Just left.
You know why?
Like
right?
they'll be like, I got it.
No. You know why, right? So what happens? They'll buy the car and they cannot pay the car. So that's like punishable by death if you take a loan out and you cannot repay it. So these people leave these cars in the parking garages, in a airport parking garages, and they run away.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
what
I mean, there's also the really rich motherfuckers that are just
like,
feeling like, I
"Don't give
get
a fuck."
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah.
Watch this.
Quote unquote, His Excellency. And he pissed and he said, "You got what?" He said, "You walk straight through, no nothing." He was highly upset. "Hey, I bring you gift over 25K. And he made his homie open the gift. It was a Frank Mueller watch. So I know, like, yeah, that's definitely over 25. He said, "Oh, I forget. Lamborghini or Ferrari?" I thought it was a general question. "Oh, Lamborghini." You know, I thought he was asking me what's better. "What color?" I said, "Oh, you talking about me one?" I said, "Black." "In front of your house in 3 weeks. I am very sorry for this." I got that bit like 3 days ago.
I'm gonna send you the
That's
link.
from Drink Champs. Shout out to Nore.
Yeah,
I'll send you the link, Alex, so you can take a look at what we're all laughing at.
Yeah, so the Saudi Arabia, but then there's all this thing, like a lot of people that do go to Dubai, they thoroughly enjoy the lifestyle there because like you don't have any of the. They say that you don't have the PDA. The law is like people follow the laws and rules, and they all kind of live a pretty good life. Like whoever is actually like a citizen of Dubai, they all pretty wealthy. They're making money. You know what I mean? They're saying that it's a pretty good life if you do have money to live there and raise a family. Like you can raise your family pretty well. So I don't know. I've never been, but I know my uncle went there for vacation with a family, and he did like and enjoy it. He said, like, you don't understand. Like it's the Middle East, right? Like when you say Middle East, all I can think about is like camels and sand. But like he goes, no. He goes like, whatever you want, they have it. Literally, whatever you want, they have it. Like there's no such thing as no, we don't have it.
I mean, there's definitely those places that are just desert and
Yeah, like, I mean, you
stuff
take
like. But yeah,
Afghanistan.
there's definitely those places like Dubai and stuff like that are like beautiful landscapes. Like they're literally building fucking man-made structures in the
Islands,
water and stuff like that. Yeah.
But I've heard that some of those man-made structures are kind of, kicking back. Apparently, like the structure, the landscape underwards is turn into a road.
Erode.
Yeah, from the water.
Yeah.
I
mean, when you also do indentured labor, that also might come into play too, because
but
people
who doesn't do endangered labor? We'll do it.
Indentured, like slave labor.
Yeah, who doesn't do that?
Like, I mean, we do here in America.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone does it. Like, you name a country, they do it.
but it doesn't make it right.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying everybody does it.
I mean,
that's
shit.
part of the economy.
Agriculturally here in America, you'll get people that'll get the migrant workers to come in, and they'll say that they have housing and everything. They'll take their green card and their passport, and then be like, "All right, you either work or I'm gonna sell you off to another farm."
Yep.
That's crazy. We were just talking about that the other day.
But then again, us Americans, we don't want to fucking pick tomatoes or strawberries or blueberries. So because it's not cool enough, because you can't buy an iPhone and impress that girl.
Yep. So I was actually starstruck the other day. You guys can call me. You guys can call me an airhead for not knowing this. I didn't know that that the federal minimum wage was still $7.25.
Yes.
And that there are still about 20 states
Yes.
that still go by this federal minimum wage.
Yeah.
And 5 of them have yet to even make their own state laws on it. Like,
Yeah, but
the other 15 at least have come out and made their own state law saying, hey, we're going to agree with federal law and make it $7.25. The other 5 have just said, we're not even going to make a law. That's what it is.
Yeah. So, but see, you have to kind of look at it. Like on average, I think Florida state is considered median household income is considered $68,000 for Florida. Now you have states like fucking Alabama and Mississippi. They're in their fucking 30s. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to look by the state. What's the median income in that within that state? So a state like let's say Florida can afford
income
say 10,
or
15
cost of living you should look at.
No, median household income.
I get that, but like to determine this wage, shouldn't we be looking at cost of living for the state?
Yeah, so I mean, it has to reflect accordingly,
Yeah.
right? Like the living situation is obviously a little bit different. They live in fucking trailer homes, you know, and then they
Or
don't have
cabins in the
yeah,
wood or
they
whatever.
live in shit situations, right?
Or a shitty apartment that's
shitty apartments.
$7,000 a month.
Exactly. Well, no, that would be more Miami, more Miami.
I mean,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Brickell.
New York and shit like that.
Yeah.
Get a cardboard box for.
But then also,
$1,500 a
you know,
month.
you take New York City. What's the average, especially around Manhattan? What's the average median
I mean, I
income?
think New
Probably
York City,
250K.
I know.
You know what I mean?
New York City and I think New Jersey both have a 15 minimum
15.
15 minimum.
for
yeah.
state. Yeah.
Yeah, but then what does that do? Like, you have to think about it this way. Do you think companies gonna sit there and sleep on people that are making $15? No, they're gonna
not
raise
only
the price
you
of
have to look
milk.
at it both sides.
gonna
Oh,
raise the
now they
price of
know.
milk.
Now they know people make more money, can charge more,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and they have to think, oh, I have to pay my employees more, so I need to make more as well. That's both sides.
No, that has nothing
That has
to do with
nothing
it.
to do
It's
with it.
you're cutting into my profits.
Yes.
That's why I'm
Yes.
making you
Yes.
pay more.
Yep. You're cutting into profits because bottom line, it's all about, like I keep saying this, we're trying to push this, like, you know, the agenda of all companies need to be like, you know, like it's all about the shareholder versus like stakeholder and things like that, like, you know, but no, it's all about the shareholders, bro. Like, if your company's not producing, you're not bringing in the money, at the end of the day, your stock is going to take a tumble. People are going to sell you out. It just bottom line. Like, your company's not bringing the money in, sorry, I'm not buying your shares.
Yeah.
Like, especially if I'm trying to make money. Why would I buy your shares if your company's not producing?
Yeah,
You know?
and CEO salaries and bonuses, they don't want to stop that shit.
Well, they can, because they can't stop that, because with like the stock options and things like that, I listened to this podcast like, for a while. Like, these CEOs actually bring like 100 times of what they're getting paid to the company in money wise. Like, it was the same thing with Genshaw at University of South Florida. People, when they found out she's getting paid $1 million for being the dean of the school, and there was a fucking outrage. Dean is getting paid this much. Our tuition is this much. But Genshaw knows so many fucking people. She got so much money from the government for the university, from donations and things like that. She like bought her salary 100-fold over again. You know what I mean? So
I mean, that's all when you get up to the upper like management is connections and power.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you have that, you can continue to climb.
yeah, well, why is CEO of Ford? Because he can fucking get into the rooms that no one else can. So then that's the bottom line, you know. So
And
I'm looking this
a
up
lot
now.
of it is a title.
Looking this
Like,
up now,
if you have a title on your resume,
Yeah.
it makes it 10 times easier to get
Yeah.
that same job or something higher.
Yep. But then again, the title doesn't come without connections. Like, if today I had connections, I would be up there with all the fucking bigwigs in my company. If I had the connections, I would say, you know what? Tomorrow there's gonna be I don't know, 12-figure knocking on our door for investments. I'd be right up there on the fucking board.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about this a little while ago, but like it reminds me of like how if you look at what Ivy League schools are given from the government endowment, like they could run off that and some.
Well, no, not government endowment. Harvard's endowment fund, which means that Harvard has extra money that they put away from all the tuition. That extra money has grown so much.
No. From the actual government.
Oh, okay.
The what I was talking about was the money from the government that they receive. They could run Harvard and not charge tuition.
But they can't build new stadiums.
No, with Harvard they do. With Harvard, they receive some sort of government money, but Harvard has an endowment plan, like their own like investment plan.
I'm not doubting on what you're saying.
Yeah,
I definitely believe that you're probably right. Like, they probably have enough money built up at this time that they
Yes.
could probably run the school and not charge tuition for probably 20 years plus.
So,
But what I'm saying is that they could then you have to dip into that
Yes.
savings, and they could just take what the government's giving them and still run the school and not charge tuition, pay their deans, pay all their shit, and they're not gonna, but
So
they
here's
could.
an interesting thing. So when Norway
Bring back
discovered
Bernie.
oil, when they discovered oil, they thought, oh, we got a little bit of oil. This will buy a pair of shoes for every person that lives in Norway. Let's get this going. So now, as of right now, they found so much oil that each person in Norway is worth $250,000. Probably
shit.
more now with prices of oil going up. They're worth $250K each person.
I love seeing the videos of when they have that clip of the video of like oil spilling in the desert.
Yeah.
And it's like when Americans find oil in Texas, and it's like some fucking dude with a hillbilly accent talking about fuck everybody else. We got this shit. We own this bitch now.
Well, you want to hear something crazy? I'm not gonna say the situation because I can't really reveal it. But so I was talking to this guy, and the guy. Anyway, so
trying
this
to figure
guy,
out how to word this, outing somebody.
Yeah. How do I not out this shit out, right?
Jay's talking to a guy. Pause.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. So the
He
guy
said,
took
Byron,
a loan
let
out.
me take you out to
Tinder didn't work.
The guy took a loan out against some assets that he had, right? Took a loan out against some assets that he had to buy a home. And in a sense, at that time, the price of that loan against this asset was a lot higher than what the actual interest rates for the mortgage were. And my question was, so why was this okay? You know what I mean? Apparently, when the guy went to buy the home from this old man, he bought the home, and the old man is like, oh yeah, by the way, I have oil rights on this land. Do you want them? They're like, what? They're like, yeah, I have oil rights on this land. Do you want this? I'm just going to throw that in there for free for you. I don't have any children. I don't have anyone to give it to you, so you might as well have this.
Damn.
So they got oil rights to the land that they bought, and I was like, okay, well, this makes sense. Why would they fucking just take out a loan and not give a shit about the interest rate, you know?
Right.
They got oil rights on the land, you know? So that was kind of like...
Real quick,
like
guys, make sure everybody here, see we got a few people in the chat still. Everybody drop a like for us if you could. And comment, comment. Let us know what you guys think of the stream. If especially here, we got today a little new setup going on. How's everything looking? Everybody sound good? Let us know, guys, please.
I think this setup is pretty
I like it. I like it's a little more personal.
Yeah, guys, there are 9 of you right now in the chat. We only have 6 likes, guys. Come on. Listen, we're trying to build something here. We're trying to build something beautiful here. Where else are you gonna see me being a contrarian? Right?
I see that all my everyday life. Just hang out with Jay.
You do. But they don't. You imagine, guys, if this didn't exist, what would you do on Tuesday and Thursday? What would you do? Flip through Netflix? Flip to Hulu?
Play
not
games?
Find shit?
Play games, beat my
Yeah,
meat.
playing games and get pissed off because you got that frame rate retardation.
Hey, no, I got a fucking 3080,
Frame
bitch.
rate retardation.
My shit don't happen.
Drop a like for us. We'll love it. We'll love it when you like us. What do you say?
Okay, so Justin said he loves the stream. Thank you very much, Justin. Love you too. Next time, do a bikini hot tub event. Miguel in the bikini. I agree.
No, we're not. No. That can be a standalone show by itself.
Justin, I think you need to make a significant donation for that to happen. Ain't nobody getting naked for free.
Hey, here's the cheat code. You go on Shein, buy him a bikini, and then you'll be like, here's my donation. You don't have to worry about shit, Miggy. No, don't do that. That's a pause.
Freecams.com.
Free cams.
No, we're not doing that. Miggy said he's gonna sell his feet pics, but we're not doing that here.
That's
right,
another
guys,
website.
We've been 2.5 hours?
Yeah,
now?
we're pretty deep in. I think we can go ahead and cut it for today.
Alex, thanks for stopping by. Miggy,
thank you again, brother.
I hope
Appreciate it.
everything went
Alex.
well for you. We'll be back.
Thank you for everybody who came into the chat today. My mother,
sure.
Justin, Ozzy, Arthur, all you guys. Thank you very much. Natalie as well. I saw you guys were in here. Oh no, we can't go nowhere. We got 10 people.
Oh yeah, we can't. Like, we're just gonna fucking bother you guys, and you're not allowed to turn the stream off. Hit the like button, please.
We ain't going nowhere, fuckers.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like, get us up there, please. I know y'all. It's just probably some people just like they have it running in the background, but they're not hitting like button. Son of a gun, guys. 1 like means 1 love, right? And I need love in my life. There's 11 of you now. 11. There shouldn't be no reason why we don't have 11 likes.
Ooh, okay, ready, real quick. So apparently Francis, this is what I'm seeing, right?
Ngannou?
So something about Francis Ngannou, right? One Championship CEO told the media that after a 3-hour meeting with Francis Ngannou, he will no longer be pursuing the Predator. It has now been 400 days since Ngannou fought. He was asking for a seat on the board of directors. He was asking for him to determine his opponent's pay. We offered him $20 million guaranteed. The money wasn't enough. He wanted all the other non-financial terms that didn't make a lot of sense. We obviously can't get a seat. We obviously can't give a seat on the board of directors. That doesn't make any sense. He would be a fish out of water in that position, the director said. So it looks like he won't be going to One Championship, which is debatably the second largest one compared to the UFC, because you've got guys like Demetrius Johnson, Rod Tang, fucking behind that shit. So debatably, I would say that's like the next thing compared to UFC.
Yeah, but how bad it is when you go to the next thing
and they still said no.
And you Pegasus your ass.
I mean,
you fly too close to the sun.
I think
you know what
he
I'm
went
saying?
in there and asked for a gold Ferrari is what it fucking sounds like to me. Like, no, we can't fucking give you that, bro. Like,
I don't care who you are, bro.
One, determine your opponent's pay.
Well, this is a perfect. This is a
I get what he's
example,
doing because what the whole UFC thing. Sorry, the whole UFC thing was that apparently he asked, like, they offered him like some crazy amount of money, and he still said no because they wouldn't meet all these other terms, and the terms were just like that. Like, oh, I want to something about health insurance for fighters. Like,
that needs to be done.
I get it, but it's not your position as a fighter to be advocating for this when you're trying to make a deal for your own fights. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, the health insurance I agree with, because someone has to get that in the door for other fighters to be able to get that.
But I don't think it was the health insurance was the issue. I don't think that was the issue. I think it's all the other shit that he was asking for.
Yes. I'm not sure if he asked for the whole board of directors things with the UFC. I'm sure he didn't. But apparently with the UFC, he asked for a lot of other things, similar things as well that couldn't be met. And the opponent's pay, like, what the fuck you mean you want to judge your opponent's pay? No opponent's going to want to fight you then.
I think this is a perfect example of when you have a good employee and they're trying to keep you hostage, but you're like, fuck you.
Hey, moving on in fighting, though, you saw Tyson Fury is going to fight Andy Ruiz?
No.
Andy Ruiz, the guy that, was it Tyson that he beat already? Who did Andy Ruiz knock out? Oh, Joshua. He put Joshua Wild out for the title, but yeah, he's gonna be fighting Tyson Fury. I think that's a pretty good what you would really see if you got to see someone like Ali versus Tyson back in the day.
So
because it's like the tall, lengthy dude versus the short, stocky, like peekaboo style fighting.
You know what I saw? What's the Russian dude's name? The one that fucking hasn't seen a second round. The Sergey.
Oh, Sergey Pavlovich, like his last 6 fights.
I saw somebody put a little TikTok or Insta reel or something. I was sent that. The guy 2 hours before the fight sitting in a casino on the machine.
Yeah, before he fought Curtis Blades this last weekend. Yeah, he was sitting in a casino doing slot machines. Yeah, that shit was funny. And it said 3 minutes. I saw one that said 3. It was like 3 minutes before the fight. He was sitting at the machine. During the fight, right, like a minute in, and then it was like another 3 minutes after the fight. He was back at the machine because the fight ended in the first round.
Yeah, dude, he's funny.
That dude's fucking insane.
Hey, guys, we hit that 10 likes. Thank you very, very much. On your way out, if you hadn't hit the like, if you just stopped in, hey, thanks for you guys coming in. Check out the stream. Watch it at 2 speed. Make your day faster. It will take about an hour for you to watch the whole thing. But it'll give us the view, which what we need.
Have you heard of... I think Moon has Ilya Topuria, the kid that fights. You've heard of him, Moon, right?
I think so.
He's gonna be fighting Josh Emmett. It looks like in a couple weeks.
Bro, there's a lot of Russian fighters that are coming up, bro. Like that was like the untapped gold mine. Like every single fight, every single weight category has a fucking.
I saw something about how
they're literally dominating.
A little while ago, it was like anybody with the name Magomed. In their name hasn't lost in like 4 years or some shit like that.
Yeah. Fucking bro, these guys eat, pray, MMA. Eat, pray, MMA. There's nothing in between. Nothing in between, man.
Today I saw a meme when it was like when your boys are messing with you for trying to take home the 3 out of 10 girl at the club, and it's Khabib when he's walking around. Brother, I don't care. I don't care. Today, we smash. Yeah, today we smash. Or it was the same one. I actually saw the same clip, but it was like when your friends are fucking with you for trying to hit on the transgender. Today,
Yeah,
brother,
I don't agree with that
today,
one.
we smash. That shit was hilarious. I couldn't. What else? I think you're absolutely right, though. Those guys are eat, pray, train. Eat, pray, train.
Yeah, there's
eat,
nothing
pray,
in
train.
between.
Like, that's
You know,
all
like when
they.
you're on your mission, bro, there's like not much you cannot do. So that's my thing, you know. Anyway, on that note, guys, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for all the likes. We love you guys. You're always here. And thanks to our moderator. This was the team meeting. And as usual, in my opinion, you got a pretty good episode.
I like
you know?
it. Today was nice.
Stay tuned for Tuesday. We got a really cool guest coming in.
Yeah.
We're ironing out all the details. He's a young investor in real estate. So if anybody cares about that, we're probably going to talk about that a little bit.
Will. You guys are gonna get the double Felix story.
Yeah, the double Felix.
you'll
You're
be
going to
able to
see
hear
the
that.
other Felix
The
now.
double,
So
yeah.
anyway, guys, love you all. Thanks for being here. Peace.
Thank you to Alex for coming. Y'all have a good night.